get this going. Get it started here. So I got the phone on a very makeshift stand again. I need to get a selfie stick and make it to where it'll hook to a GoPro clamp. That'll work better. Who has a selfie stick anymore? I used to use one. So I'm trying to get the... Waiting for FSC trucking. Phone says I'm live. The computer doesn't seem to know that. Let me refresh. There we go. I think it's working now. Yep. Here's an ad. Wait, I better get the volume down. And mute the volume. Alright, there we go. Alright, we got comments rolling too. Alright, what's up guys? FSC Trucking. This is, and I did not intend to make this video. Yikes. Yeah, I don't even, you know what, I don't even know where to begin, to be honest. I guess I'll start reading some comments and wait for a bunch of people to get in here before we start getting into the crux of the situation. Obviously, I'm home here in Wisconsin. Orwell is loaded. I'm getting ready to go out east for a delivery Monday, reload Tuesday in Pennsylvania, and then turn and burn right back here. So that's what I got going on right now. So we're gonna, obviously the reason I'm making this live has to do with the hurricane, Helene down in Tennessee, North Carolina, and I wanted to talk about some of these issues. And I want to show you some videos. I don't do that. That's why I have Jen here with me, because I want to put some YouTube videos on my computer for you to see, because if you're only watching the news on the TV, left or right, don't make a difference. You're going to get all the fluff and all that kind of crap, but you're not really going to see what the truth is down there. I spoke to Tim Gentry, who is down in North Carolina, or was, last I spoke to him. But that was, what, a day or two ago-ish? Once he's up in them mountains, you can't get a hold of the guy. He does come back to try to regroup and whatnot, from what I understand. He told me a little bit, but not a heck of a lot. But it's bad. It's real bad. I don't even know how to describe it. So I guess I want to try to point out some stuff that's happening, and then try to figure out what we can do. We as the channel, not just me and Jen. I guess this is better than nothing, but I'm not in a financial position where I could just jump in the dually and haul ass down there and spend however long it takes. Tim's right there. Guys that live there are like really close, and for me to travel that distance is a little bit of much. You know, I can't just haul stuff for free on Orwell, and at this point it seems like, you know, there's other large organizations bringing in large amounts of supplies and material down there. The trouble is getting it to the people that need it, and getting the ones that need out. So it's really bad. So I have ideas, but it's not an idea that would, the big idea I have, we're going to get into that here in a little while. But I want, and it's based on what I've already done in the past, in hurricanes past, back home in Jersey, believe it or not. But I'm trying to like put maybe something together to do something better than what was done in the past. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. I guess, if nothing else, the video that I'm making now in the comments will tell me if I'm going in the right direction or if I've completely lost my mind. I don't think I've lost my mind. I just think that it's not cheap to do what I'm thinking of doing. It's not, even though it's by comparison cheap, it's not really cheap. It's just, well, we'll get into it. But I wanted to get through some comments while we build up. My computer's showing 170 people on here and only 2 likes. What's up with that? Get them likes. I was going to drop a video today and I decided to do a live. It's what I was going to do this weekend was edit video. Chris was at the shop, I believe. Well, well, he didn't do it. He either did it today or he's going to do it tomorrow. But he's going to start painting the step deck Monday. So Monday he's going to prime. The plan is Monday he's going to prime. Tuesday he'll paint, and then get it outside, and then we're going to get started on Helene and the Ford when the Ford frame gets here. It's real close. It's so close. I can't wait to get into that. But that's not really what this is about. I'll get into it a little bit more in time. But I wanted to get to some comments here, see what you guys are thinking on some ideas I have, and throw out ideas of what you think I could do as we talk. I mean, if you think it's a stupid idea, put it up anyway. I'm not going to pick on it. Usually I bust chops and put down dumb things that are written, but you know what? If it's an actual genuine thought, and you never know, crazy idea might be the best thing ever. You know, you never know. So, anyways, it's the Constanza. Those people in the mountains take care of their own people. They try their best. That's for damn sure. But you can't grow water, and you can't eat when there's no food. And you got to bear in mind, a lot of people know how to like prep and keep. But if your house got washed away along with all your preps, you're down to zero. So yeah, they are. I'll be honest with you. If you saw the thumbnail, FEMA and the other forms of government need to really be careful down there, because I remember how the Bundy Ranch ended for Bureau of Land Management. Didn't go so well for them. It almost was a shootout. So the wrong type of G-men down there, they're not going to come back out of the mountains. So they need to be careful and just understand that people helping people. We're going to get into that. I want to show you some videos on the way that the government, various forms of government, from a local sheriff from Tennessee to to a assistant chief firefighter who thinks he could get helicopter pilots arrested. I want to get into that, because that kind of stuff makes people not want to donate to those people anymore, to that particular group or that particular region. It'll put a damper on that stuff. That stuff's got to stop. Christine Fortis says, hey there. Let's see here. Howdy from Cape Cod. What up, Steve and Chet? Aaron Gates says hi. A lot of people saying hi. Hey everybody, what's up? Omar never misses a live. How's it hanging, brother? It's hanging. It's good for us. It's just, I don't know. There's a little bit of history here I want to get into a little too. Max Racing Team 23. Steve, I'm loading my truck for Glamis. Don't be too jealous. I got something in my eye, right here. Can you see it?
Wow.
My eye, right there. Yeah. Nah, it's all good. All good. Have a great time. No, seriously, have a great time. FM says hi from Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
That's a way off. Let's try to get in the comments here. Hit the likes, that's right. Whoop, Doug says 30. It skipped too far too fast. I missed a bunch of them. I only saw civilian SIN OJOs transports. I only saw civilian helicopters in the air. All the federal helicopters were grounded and lined up nice and pretty for inspection. Not one in the air. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing too. I'm seeing videos of privately owned helicopters that are doing awesome work. So I want to get into some of what I've seen, and in a minute I'll bring up the video. So there is a YouTuber that, let me find them again. Let me change the thing here on my computer. So there's a YouTuber that he's actually a firearms type YouTuber that, oh, I'm in the wrong thing. Hang on, stand by. Home. Where the hell is? Maybe it was it. I'm trying to find the history so I could find it. My channel. Oh, here we go. History. Give me a minute, everybody. This is the one he talks to this lady who gets accused of stealing, but doesn't believe any of that kind of nonsense. And then, see, this frustrates me so much. I don't have my mouse. You little, I don't know what I hit. It was watch later. Oh my god. See, it goes to playlist. Why is it not giving me all the history? I'm trying to find one specific friggin' video. Oh, up top, this view all. I'm working on it, guys. Give me. Yay. There we go. So the YouTuber is Mr. Guns and Gear Channel. And he put up a video, if you look on it, it's called Hurricane Aid Stolen by the State of Tennessee, with question mark. And I don't know where this was, but in that video, he talks about a local sheriff up there that feels that donations being shipped to an airport and staged at the airport for helicopters to bring into North Carolina have to be inventory tracked and go through the armory. Does that make any sense? No, clearly not. But that was a big thing. So give me, can you just hand me my phone quick? Just slide it off the goofball thing without blocking the lens. There you go. Hands it over to me right here. All right, here, I'll show you. So right here, this one. I'm not going to play a lot of it. I'm just going to play enough of it so you see the crux of it. We'll get through the ad.
Welcome back, everyone. We're doing a video here. It's a follow-up on yesterday's video. In that video, I insinuated that law enforcement and federal agencies may be interfering with the aid shipments that are going into western North Carolina and to eastern Tennessee, but I didn't have any facts yet on this particular instance, and I have some now for sure that you guys are about to see here in just a second. So long story short, let me just tell you what happened and why I actually went out there yesterday. It was to deliver aid, obviously, and to showcase the great people out there. That absolutely is one thing I was doing. One thing I was also doing was trying to protect those people. I had received a report from people on the ground out there that, one of my viewers, that the sheriff there was attempting to intimidate the workers, particularly Linda in this case, and threatening to seize all of the goods that had been donated by all of you around the country to these people in need. All that distribution center that you guys saw the footage of yesterday, he was threatening to seize all of it, and the reason he had given her the day before and the other workers was that they needed accountability of it. Now, here's the thing. I fully understand if there is a sheriff who wants to help distribute aid and identify gaps in the community where they can be goods can be delivered to. That's great sheriff work, right? So I got no issues with that, but by all accounts, from several people on the ground, that was not what was happening. Apparently, he was just simply trying to seize it and run all the deliveries through the county. Now, again, helping, got it. But we have learned throughout this disaster, now it is day, 7, as of when I'm recording this, after the disaster has happened, that these people have been without power, without homes, without food, without water, that the government is completely incapable.
There you go.
Completely incapable at this point. 100%. I was there. I saw it. They're incapable.
All right, so I'm not going to play this whole video, but that's the video. I suggest you go watch it. I watched the full thing. So let me get into that little situation quickly with other facts that most people may or may not know, okay? So let me put the rusty trusty phone back in the rusty trusty holder. I hope it's angled good. All right, back to my other thing here. I was looking at some comments, so listen, if you're, wow, there's such a lag in this. Listen, somebody mentioned about, Republican governor, Democrat governor. Look, I don't care. They're all politicians. And if the government is being ran by people that oppose you and the government holds the purse strings on the people that's going to help you, you're going to kiss the rear of the people that you're asking help for, right? I'm not going to yell at Jen minute before I ask her to go grab me a beer. I'm going to be nice to her, right? So both sides got to suck up to the government to try to get something done, right? Look at the Georgia governor there. He wanted 90 counties declared disaster. I have a beer, babe. This was still full. That was an example.
Okay.
She's in there getting me a beer. He wanted 90, I think it was 90 counties declared federal disaster areas. The government gave him 13. He came back, got 30, and still to this day, I don't think he got his 90. So he's up on stage with the big man, so he's probably not going to get his 90. But the point is, you want something by the government, you got to kiss their ass. That's the problem. So both sides are guilty of that, so axe that out right there. But Tennessee, and I like Tennessee, but Tennessee historically does have some crooked sheriffs. Not talking to deputies, talking to sheriffs. Look it up. You can find older videos. I haven't seen anything on it for a while. But Dixon County, Tennessee, that sheriff down there made civil asset forfeiture famous worldwide, okay? It was done in Wisconsin. It was done in Iowa. The other one that's doing it a lot is, was it Nassau or Suffolk County? Whichever one that the YouTube channel Long Island Audit is down there in Long Island, New York. He talks about that a lot. So, but Dixon County, Tennessee is why I know of civil asset forfeiture. They made it famous. It had something to do with the corruption. If I remember right, it had to do with, believe it or not, a bulldozer that the sheriff owned or some nonsense. Because he was siphoning money off. This is where you could get accused of a crime. No, you get your money seized, and it's like, they take your money if you're traveling with too much cash. They think they're gonna take your money, and you gotta prove you weren't doing anything wrong to get your money back, if ever. So if you're driving through the town or driving through the county, and you're gonna go buy a car, and you maybe have like 8, 9, 10 grand in your pocket because you're gonna go buy a car. They might take your money if they pull you over, especially if you got state plates or stuff like that. So Dixon County, Tennessee was known for a lot of that corruption. So it's not the first corrupt deputy, or it's not the first corrupt Tennessee sheriff. It's not just Tennessee, it's everywhere, okay? But that sheriff from that video you're gonna find out real quick, I believe that what's gonna happen is that airport is not gonna get the resources brought into them because people like me are gonna be like, maybe if I ship them something, I'll send it somewhere else. So, going through some of the stuff here. Miles Odden says, what is your source? That was, you have to go back. What was, it's right here. That was Mr. Guns and Gear channel. So, he put that out there. I'm just putting out what he put out. So, that's what they're saying the sheriff's doing. Keep that in mind. Look into where you're sending it. I know Tim has a GoFundMe set up, and he's given up the address to his place. You can send. My attitude is, if I'm sending anything, I'm sending it to Tim. Tim can get it done. Now his video that he put out, Tim Gentry channel, that he put out where today's video was just talking at the fire department. What I think the chief or whatever head honcho we had over there on the thing. So that's what that was all about. So that was what's going on with that in Tennessee. So I'm trying to look through here. I know you guys are leaving a lot of comments here, so keep on trucking outlaw lifestyle. Our government isn't coming to anyone's rescue. Yeah, no crap. I feel bad. I'm not reading a lot of comments here. Tennessee used to illegally search truckers back in the 90s. They ain't known for upholding constitutional rights. Kansas also famous for civil asset forfeiture. Yeah, that's a thing. So, let's see here. Looking back on some comments, trying to find ones that are like more, pertinent to what we got going on in the situation here. So then there's the other one that happened where This was in North Carolina, Lure Lake, I think it was called. And there was a private helicopter pilot that was threatened by an assistant fire chief that if he went back to rescue people, they were going to lock him up. Back to the history, and find that there. So that's definitely concerning right there. That Tennessee situation, that's concerning. So as of right now, like I said, that particular place, I'm told, at least from what that channel is saying, it's got to go through the armory, and then the pilots could weigh it up. Because think about it, these helicopters, they got to weigh all their cargo, and then because weight balance in the helicopter, how much weight it can hold, all of that, which ain't a lot for these little helicopters. But yeah, if they're not careful, they're going to start having problems getting equipment and things because people are going to start sending it somewhere else. That's frightening. So here's another one. Here's the one with the helicopter. Here's the one where a private helicopter pilot got threatened with arrest. And no, it did not have anything to do with TFR's temporary flight restrictions. When any of the politicians, Trump, Harris, Biden, don't matter. They come in that area, they put a TFR up because of security of the protectee. So they come over to go give a speech, any of them. They come over and give a speech, whatever, and it puts a TFR up. That's a problem because it screws it up.
If you're looking to sell your car, Carvana will give you a real offer in seconds. You will be paid right when they pick up.
Yeah, good luck getting your license plate.
Remarkable stories of survival are now being shared days after Helene wreaked havoc in North Carolina.
Now, this is the news.
But one Pageland
Queen
man's
City
efforts
News.
to help are now the source of controversy. He flew his own chopper on his own dime to help stranded victims, but that man says he abandoned his rescue missions after a fire official threatened to have him thrown in jail. Well, that man now wants answers and turned to Queen City News Chief Investigator Jody Barr to help figure out what went wrong here.
This is the original post that I was reading when I decided to go up and help. It's a long post, but she's saying that her kids and family and animals are trapped. No way out, no supplies, and the only way in or out is accessible by helicopter. Limited cell service and no water since Friday morning. I thought I have a helicopter and maybe I can help.
Jordan Sidham piled food and water into his helicopter Saturday and headed up toward Banner Elk, the only way through a mountain gap in Lake Lure.
This is the mountain valley that you would have to fly to get to Black Mountain, where we were escorting people out. This is a mountain range, and this is a mountain range. The only place to fly through with bad visibility, low cloud coverage, is Lake Lure.
The cries for help from people stranded without food, water, or electricity.
That's not
hit
ground,
social
that's
media soon
crap in
after
the water,
flooding last
floating.
Friday.
So my parents are step-parents. Their address is Banner Elk. They are in the first condo. If you receive this, please give me a call back. Thank you.
Sidham's phone started lighting up on Saturday with people begging for help.
I mean, I could hear the desperation in her voice. This is multiple phone calls I've received like this, voicemails, text messages, and you could hear people desperate for help.
Sidham and his son rescued 4 people on Saturday and spent the night in a nearby pilot's lounge, then decided to fly again Sunday morning.
I spoke with my son, which is my co-pilot. I said, hey, do you want to go back out and try to help today? And his response was, there's so many fighting.
Skip ahead.
Pilot, he immediately started helping with coordination. He gave me radio frequencies to coordinate with them on, set up a landing area for me to come back with the other victim, and felt that it was best at the time to leave. So I did follow his instructions, and I had a conversation with the female victim before I left, apologizing and explaining. She was standing there. She heard the whole conversation, and
Trying to follow where he started.
I said, well, sir, I'm going back to get out of the area. I said,
There you go.
and I said, hey, I have no problem getting out of your area if that's what you want us to do.
Come on.
And in the middle of the whole conversation and then blocking the road off, I was greeted by the, at that time I didn't know, but Lake Lure fire chief or assistant chief maybe, and he shut down the whole operation. So at that point, I felt like the conversation wasn't going any further. And again, he asked me to leave, and I said, hey, I have no problem getting out of your area. If that's what you want us to do, we'll leave, no issue. At that point, I asked him, what was the reason I had to leave them there? And he said, again, you're interfering with my operation. I just need you to get out of the area. I said, sir, I don't know where you were trained at, but I know how my training is, and I'm not going to leave personnel behind. I'm going back to get my co-pilot. He said, if you turn around and go back up the mountain, you're going to be arrested. I said, well, sir, I'm going back to get my co-pilot.
I love to know how an assistant fire chief is going to arrest anybody. He doesn't have arresting powers.
I don't know what to tell you. And he said, I'm letting you know. And at that point, he waved for 2 law enforcement officers to come over and told me that again, if I go back up the mountain.
Well, I guess there's your answer. He's going to have his cops do it. And if his cops do it, what does that say about the cops?
I would be arrested.
He flew the 3-minute trip back, picked up his son, and left the woman's husband behind.
I'm sure he was flooded with emotions and trying to rescue other people, and I just felt that it was best at the time to leave. So I did follow his instructions, and I had a conversation.
Now that footage right there was taken by the lady's husband.
Explaining she was standing there.
That's the driveway, and it just drops off right after the driveway.
They were both very, very surprised, very upset. The husband, as I was leaving off of the side of the mountain, at that point, separated from his wife. He was upset.
All right, so you get the point. So that story is that the guy flies out with his son as a co-pilot. They find 2 people out there flagging down for help. He puts it down on the driveway, and the homeowner, or the husband and wife that were flagging him down, he said, hey, he don't want to put a lot of weight in the helicopter. He'll leave the son behind. He'll take the wife. And he flew the wife to the fire department, and that's when he got threatened. So then he went back to pick up his son and then left, leaving the husband behind, because he thought that if he brought the husband back, he would be arrested and incapable of coming back to get his son. I'd love to know how that is even a thing. Now again, that's Queen City News on YouTube. What do you call it? Title, SC Pilots Rescue Mission Thwarted Due to Arrest Threat. So that's where you can find that one. So these are things I wanted to bring up to see that, yeah, this is the problem. Harley to Die For, I seen her make a comment earlier up there, and she got another comment, yeah, Union firemen with Eagle, finding one that does is the challenge. You ever see Whistling Diesel where he had an issue with that one firefighter? It's like, there's nothing going on. He's just talking. And he's like, get out of here. There's a fire scene. And like, there's nothing there. So, of course, Whistling Diesel busts his chops. But that's that attitude. That's that government attitude. Like, it's only us that can help people. You plebes can't do anything. Go away. Let us professionals do it at our pace. Meanwhile, the scale of it is so big. It takes everybody. Everybody that's capable to do anything. You got to pick up where you can. That's the thing. So it's just crazy what I'm seeing. I watched. There's another one I watched, which was a very positive one. If you saw Cletus McFarland's one, I'm watching there where they told him about getting that helicopter down and how to land. It was crooked. He had to pick it up and land in another spot. And his wife was hanging her head out the window looking to make sure the tail rotor don't clip nothing, because they were after a baby that was running out of formula out there. So the parents and the baby got lifted out of there after dropping off, food and water, and stuff, whatever the hell they were dropping off. But I sat on the couch watching it, and I teared up. I was like, man, this is something. So it's like, yeah, it's just crazy. What in the world is going on? That husband was rescued. They had to cross the river with help from. Yeah, they threw a rope at him and they dragged him across with the rope. That's Dean Tate that said that. Yeah, I saw how that ended. Because there's another video that they have as to how he got out of there, and he was reunited with his wife, and things are as good as they can be. But yeah, that was. Dave S. Rotax said, yeah. A lot of us cried a tad on Cletus's video. Yeah, and Cletus didn't want to put the video out, but he's like, if you don't, no one's going to know about it. So if you put it out, I left a comment on that video. I'm like, man, you got to put that stuff out there. These YouTubers out here filming are the only ones telling the truth of what's going on. Tim Gentry put out a thing with on his Facebook. He didn't put the video out yet, but he said FEMA, I guess they ran into some FEMA guys and they were confiscating side-by-sides. And then they gave them back. Now that's off his Facebook post. So he talked about it today on the video that he released today. So it's just what in the scale of this is amazing. And I'm over here thinking about what more I could do other than mail some baby food. And, I mean, I get it. Excuse me. You know, you guys got to do what you can, but I'll be honest with you, I'm not sending diapers, I'm sending food. You can wrap a rag around a kid's behind. As long as he's pooping, he'll live. But if you don't put nothing in the front end, there won't be nothing coming out the back end. You know what I mean? Diapers are not a necessity. The food is. From what I'm understanding, that's seemingly what they've been saying. They're short the most. And that's crazy. So I want to turn back a bit. That wasn't that long time ago, but everybody knows, everybody remembers on the news, and I mock it because, listen, I had an aunt that lived in the Atlantic Highlands in New Jersey, and it seemed like if you just went swimming and pissed in the ocean, my aunt's area would flood. It's like water's wet, sky's blue, the Atlantic Highlands flood. Okay. I don't know why it was ever called the Atlantic Highlands. It's definitely lowlands. But anyway, you get the point. So when, Dean Tate, so yeah, Greg Biffle also uses helicopter. Yeah, they're all running, it's called Operation Airdrop, that they're looking for donated stuff, people to donate fuel for these helicopters, all kind of things. So yeah, look into that too. That's who Cletus and Greg Biffle and them were. Okay. That's who they're running through. So Operation Airdrop is the big one. But yeah, so hurricane, I won't even call, everybody calls it Superstorm Sandy. It made landfall. It wasn't even a hurricane. But it hit the mecca of the news media, New York City. So it's Superstorm Sandy. Do we run for our lives now or do we wait? You know, it's like, I like that one up. But before Sandy, there was Irene. Irene came more inland and went right through where my mother and father lived at that time when they were in New Jersey. Well, my parents were elderly, but they were a lot healthier than they were even when we moved them out. I forget what year. Look that up on your phone quick. What year was Hurricane Irene? Please, thank you. So, although I probably could ask them, but I haven't been reading comments like that.
Right, tell you when I get a chance.
Well, you can look on the phone too, read comments that are like, hey, I gotta get. Yeah, Christine Fortner, yeah, no doubt. Her husband thinks they're hiding something. Yeah.
August 2011?
03. Christina Fortner says 03. No, that couldn't have been 03. Hurricane Irene, August 21, 2011. All right, so that hurricane came up in New Jersey, and it nailed where I grew up. Now, rewind back where my parents wanted to build a house, because they built that house. These neighborhoods were new. You know, they cut down the trees, built neighborhoods. They wanted to build in a neighborhood that we refer to as Mill Lake Manor. Now, Mill Lake Manor, I don't know if there ever was a mill or a lake. But when my parents wanted to build in that neighborhood, they couldn't dig a basement because the water table was too high. Okay? So if you dug a basement, you're digging a well. That's how high the water table was. The section where I grew up, known as Outcult section, was on higher ground and you could dig a basement in there. In fact, my neighbor that I grew up with, Tony, God rest his soul, he actually had he put a pipe in the ground, I guess the pile driven or however which, and he used to water his lawn with groundwater rather than city water. he put a pump on that, and so it was, water table was high, but not so high you couldn't have a basement. So when Hurricane Irene come rolling through, Mill Lake Manor flooded, and I mean flooded. Like if you were standing on the road, it was over your head. It went up to the roofs in some people's houses. So I wasn't living there, but my parents were. So Alcote section became an island. Where mom and dad were, it was basically an island. This is in Monroe Township, New Jersey. The police department couldn't get to my parents if they wanted to. And because when the water started receding, you started getting the looting, people looting empty houses in Mill Lake Manor. This is in New Jersey. Most people do not have the means of which to protect themselves. Follow? My parents did, and a lot of it. So my father knew that they're looting, there's home invasions. Of course, you're not hearing about it on the news, you're hearing about it through neighbors talking. And my father left tools scattered around the house. That way, no matter where somebody was in the house, they could take care of business should somebody need it. Nothing happened, thank God, but the point was, neighborhood flooded out. I came home after the waters receded, and there was a Facebook group at that time to try to get people help. Now the travel trailer, if you follow the channel, the same one that I took out west up to the Black Hills, down to Denver and all of that, that travel trailer I left at my parents' house, and I came home and I lent it to a couple whose house was, it was not only just flooded, but it had sank and shifted. So you didn't realize how crooked the house was until we leveled my camper in their yard and realized how badly shifted the house was. And they stayed in that trailer for quite a few months. I think maybe 3, 4, 5 months. I don't really remember. It wasn't a tremendous long amount of time, but it was long enough. And the township bought the house and the property at pre-storm value, I believe, and then they raised it. So they're not building in there anymore, and if the houses were completely destroyed, they're not building back. I guess the neighbors have a bigger yard now, but that house is gone. Who remembers? Oh yeah, so that was Irene. About a month or two afterwards, Superstorm Sandy, which wasn't even a hurricane when it made landfall, came through, and it did a good amount of wreckage in New York. You know, hit that much water up there, it's a problem. But I can't remember which one, Irene or Sandy, went upstate New York, like up by Schenectady, Albany, Utica, and dumped rain up there. I remember seeing a lot of damage up off the Erie Canal up there. That's way up there. It's almost into Canada. It dumped a lot of rain up there, just like Helene did to Appalachia here. Same thing. So, just like the Atlantic Highlands, if you're on the shore, if you're on the coast of Florida, east or west coast, yeah, they get messed up. But listen, if you have buildings built on the edge of the ocean, yeah, you gotta expect that ocean's gonna come up and take it eventually. So they're kind of used to that, sadly, but that's the way it is. But 400, 500 miles north into the mountains, nobody was prepared for that kind of water. I don't think you ever could be. So there was a lot of mess. There was a lot of problems in upstate New York from them storms too. But
Yeah, that was probably Sandy.
what you think, Sandy?
Yeah,
I don't-
'cause I was reading something about it. It said it affected 24 states, including the entire eastern seaboard from Florida to Maine.
But give me an example. My point is you're reading the media giving you the accounts. It hit New York, but when it hit New Jersey, no one gave a crap. Irene did a lot of.
It says-
Irene destroyed my neighborhood, and the media didn't give a rip.
It says Florida to Maine and west across the Appalachian Mountains to Michigan and Wisconsin.
Yeah, but that's
with
okay.
particularly severe damage in New Jersey and New York.
Okay, that's right, but that's Sandy. That's because it hit the media. I'm talking about very specifically upstate New York, the flooding, not Brooklyn, not Atlantic Highlands. That's Sandy because everybody was fearing this big storm that wasn't a big storm. It combined with some other storm, which is why they called it Superstorm Sandy. But as hurricanes go, it was a bitch. It was a weak little bitch compared to real storms. But my point is, once it went upstate New York, you know where the hill people live in New York, the upstaters, the media don't give a rip about them neither. So they flooded out, no one cared. I mean, people cared, the media didn't give two craps. That's the difference. So, anyway, one of them got upstate New York, and that's the same thing that happened here with Helene, right? Anyways, I lent out my camper and got it back. Well, when Katrina hit, FEMA's idea was buy camping trailers, thus giving birth to the FEMA trailer. I'll look into, somebody said Massachusetts. Let's see here, where are we at here? Yeah, I think Massachusetts got hit pretty bad with it too. Samantha Hartz, I think it was post-tropical storm Sandy. Yeah, well, it's a huge hurricane. It's big. I mean, the storm is, what is it, like, I don't know, like 1,000 miles wide. It hits everything. It's just, if you're on the outskirts, listen, where my sons live, they felt this one too. It was a tiny rainstorm. I think Helene even hit up here with a little bit of rain, but barely. You know, where was I? I'm trying to remember. I was filming, and it was like it would rain, it would stop, it would rain, it would stop. That was Helene, but you know, you're far enough away from the big event. You know, it's at the edges of it. It's just a stupid rainstorm. No one cares. It's when you're deep in, is where it's a problem. So, why is this thing? Oh, here. Profile here, whatever. So, let's see here. So anyway, FEMA was buying after Katrina, people lived in all these camping trailers. Now, one thing you gotta understand, right? If you're buying a vehicle, any vehicle, you can buy a vehicle, you can get the bottom of the line basic, like, you know, no frills, you know, roll up and down windows, no power locks, no nothing, right? That's like the cheapest fleet vehicle you could possibly get. You know, like Ram trucks, you got like your tradesman, that's the bottom of the line. Next up is Bighorn, that's what my Hemi Dually is. After that was Laramie, and after that was Limited, right? So the more luxury you put in, the bigger the package. Well, travel trailers are much the same. You know, my mechanic, Chris, I forget what the toy hauler he has. Now, it's a toy hauler, and it's not like the high-end toy hauler, but the trailer they had before that was a fifth wheel, not a toy hauler, but it was a Pinnacle. And I forget who makes Pinnacle, but when you look at Pinnacle, it is the creme de la creme of RVs. Like, this thing was beautiful on the inside, but they decided to trade that in and get a toy hauler, which is what they got now. It's bigger, but it's not like the high-end trim. It's kind of like, I guess, high to mid-range, but I don't even remember who makes it now. I'd have to look back in videos. But point is, the bigger the trim, the better. When they bought them FEMA trailers, if it would have cost the government 5 cents to put another window in the trailer, nope. So it was the absolute cheapest thing they could buy. The absolute cheapest thing they could buy. So if the RV minimum is 3 windows, that's all you got. Follow? The trims inside, absolutely junk. Now here's the other thing. There's a difference in standards as far as RVs. They're not made for full-time living. They're an RV. They're a recreational vehicle. There's a standard for that. Look that up, baby. What's the standard for the governing standard for RVs? Look that up quick for me. Now, mobile homes, that's for full-time living. There's different standards, like the wall construction of your walls, how sturdy it is. Depending on where the manufactured home is, there's a certain rating for snow load. Like, you're not going to take, like my mother's house that they own now in Texas. You're not going to bring that to northern Wisconsin. It'll collapse. It won't hold the weight of the snow on the roof, right? So there's different standards. These RVs, these FEMA trailers were not built for the standards of living in. They were barely even travel trailer. If you were buying a travel trailer, you would never buy one. That's how crappy they were. The wall material there was like a formaldehyde or something like it used in the manufacture of the fake wood that they made with the wall paneling, and these were brand new. So when you buy a brand new car, does that new car smell? Well, that's the vehicle, the plastics, the leathers, the fabrics, and the off gas. Think about it. Buy a brand new set of tires, put it on your car, you can smell the rubber, right? After a while, you don't smell it no more because it's done off gassing. Same thing. Well, those campers with no windows, no ventilation, with these formaldehyde type chemical walls, people getting sick from them. That was no good. If you bought them, left them sit out with the windows open for maybe 3-4 years, probably would have been okay. The FEMA trailers were problems. And that's what I wanted to talk about. What's the next step here? And what can we as a channel do? And that's why I want to throw some ideas out here. And get through some comments here and see what's cooking, what you guys are thinking. I'll go back. I'm just going to start reading backwards here. Read from the most recent, go back. So we'll start at Brian Wedlock. How about an auction and the winner gets a ride in Orwell? Well, that's monetary. I mean, it's not a bad idea, but that's monetary. There might be a way to do that. You have to sign the insurance waivers, but yeah, I could care less. That'd be fine. If that's what I had to do to make a boatload of money to make my idea go forth, or to give money to buy equipment or things to make a good cause happen, then yeah, make sure no baby goes without formula. I don't know why it's. To me, that's the thing. Babies without formula. Look, we're adults. If we go without meals for a while, that's fine. Babies without food, that's no. That's unacceptable. I can't even live thinking about that. So that's the thing. But yeah, that's not a bad idea to put some money in. I'll consider that. Everything here built with prefab units, no one is building anymore. Righty tighty, yeah, that's true. But waste millions of watts of electricity heating up the ocean with a superheater. I don't know what you're getting at there, brother. Nesbitt and Pandemic. I can't even read that. Reporter on October 2nd on Skyline News called them all out. Not sure what you're talking about there, but I'll probably talk about what I was talking about. You can modify whether Helene was make Leviticus 20:13 great again. That's some deep stuff. I'm not willing to go there, although there is a lot of stuff that years ago we thought was conspiracy theory. Now we just take it as an everyday Tuesday. You're gonna be a while to convince me of that one there, Leviticus, but I'm not going there. I'm not. I need more receipts to think that that's even a thing. I worked 3 different hurricanes. Each one is different and pose their own effects. Have we dealt with accordingly? That Keith Hudsler. I went through Fran when I was in the Air Force, and it was another one that kind of fizzled out and didn't do spit. I also know how they've been weaponizing the weather reports, making us afraid of weather, and then it turns out to be nothing. That happens a lot too. So people don't heed warnings when they really ought to, because, well, you cried wolf the last 73 times, so like I make the joke, run for your lives. Remember Bomb Cyclone? Run for your lives, we're all gonna die. What are we saying? Do we run now or do we run later? Which is it, Meanwhile, Hurricane Katrina's response to, FEMA's response to Hurricane Katrina was basically tell people, run, mother effer, run. Seen that on a shirt, it was funny, but true. Key, I have, what's your proof? Oh, going back and forth, I appreciate it. Nowhere near FSC yet. I don't know what we're talking about here. You see how the sun. Oh, Brian Bishop asked about my sons. No, they're on the coast. One's South Carolina, one's North Carolina. They're on the coast. They're not. They weren't anywhere near this thing. I mean, it rained on them, but so what? It rains on a Wednesday too. It was for them. It was nothing. For them, it was absolutely nothing. Derby was August 9th, 2024 at upstate New York. I'm not sure what you're. Oh, Samantha Hart. You probably telling a different one. Oh, Debbie. No, it was one of. Again, when big storms go up into the mainland, it rains a lot, and the rain is what gets you. The wind, it's the storm surge, the flooding from the storm surge on the shore. It's the wind. But when you're a couple hundred miles inland, the wind ain't the problem. It's the massive amount of rain that they never get other than a big storm. So I'm getting way behind on the comments for sure. All right, so yeah, no one's really. M. Packman says you haul massive generators. Maybe Cat or Cole or some other company has gen sets to let folks use them. I'm sure they need reefers for food storage and med storage. Not saying to buy trailers. Well, listen, I can't. No one's hauling large equipment like that for free. So at this point, what I'm talking about is on a personal level. So here's my idea, okay? So a lot of people look at. I feel like I have to sell this. Like I do, actually, because it's you guys have to lean on to be able to do it, because I can only do so much. All right, look, here's the way it works, okay? Right now, with the way things are for us here, we're fine. But things are not as they were. Not much has changed since prior to me hiring Chris. Right now, let's be honest, the YouTube channel handles the overhead of the shop and pays Chris. Orwell pays the family household and keeps itself going. That's it. There is not a large massive amount of money. Notice I've been driving a whole heck of a lot more. I haven't gone any really big trips. We took the side-by-sides out twice this year. That's it. We really didn't do a heck of a lot. This is not a good year for money at all. We're growing, thank God, and things are getting better, but do not have, listen, I had way more money last year than I had this year. We got massive projects we've been working on. The step deck was not cheap. I still gotta go shopping for that thing tomorrow. We're handling, we're doing okay, but we're handling it. But I don't have the ability to go down and help out for 2 weeks or send a lot of crap down. I just don't have that. I have to make sure that we stay afloat as is. Tim financially is probably smarter than I am, or actually he is. He's where he is, and I'm where I am, and there's a reason for that. So he's smarter than me when it comes to money. Fact. What, babe?
I was talking myself.
Oh, so she had something to say. I'm like, no, but that's the way it is. So what I want to do, I need help with. So if I'm gonna do this idea, if you guys don't think I'm crazy, I'm gonna put my hand out and says, hey, I need to be able to pass through money from everybody into this kind of sort of project, hoping that I can spur on others to get involved in that with me. So, here's the way it works. Here's the idea. FEMA bought a lot of junk trailers that were absolute depression holes. They were dark, they were dismal, they were ugly, they were nasty, and they legit made people sick. Now, if you're looking around a marketplace up around here, or anywhere for that matter, you're going to see a lot of usable, reasonably priced to flat out cheap campers, or fifth wheels, tow behinds, whichever. I was looking at a few of them up here. There's a pretty good sized fifth wheel with expansions that slide out to make a big section on the inside. $3,000. So my thought was, what if people started buying older, usable, not the best, but usable. If there's a water leak in a back bedroom, who gives a care? It ain't gonna be there forever. To buy up in older RVs and haul them down and give them to families with children that have property, and an area where they can put it, where they can not only just stand with their neighbors. Look, it's getting on winter, and they're in the mountains. It's gonna get bad. It's gonna get cold. Just something where you can sleep. It don't rain on you. You can put some heat on. It isn't the end situation, but it's better. There's a lot of people with homes that are completely destroyed. There's a lot of people with homes that might be able to be repaired, but they're not able to stay in there now. I saw in the news somewhere else, I guess it's Asheville, what is it? All the government workers that are twiddling their thumbs in hotel rooms. Meanwhile, if the people in the hotel rooms, go sleep in a tent or under the bridge if the bridge didn't wash away. It's getting bad. So I'm kind of like, I wonder if I shouldn't start looking at grabbing up older trailers here and then running them down, linking up with Tim and the people he links up with, good solid people. That way, when we show up, I'm not trying to pack mule. I mean, yeah, these are pack mules to get to people. I'm not trying to like airlift a travel trailer into a bad neighborhood, but if you can get to it and have people's house, things are going to improve. Just get people something to stay in more than a tent while they fix their house, figure it out, whatever, anything, right? FEMA Inc. I don't think FEMA's going to build trailers. They don't have the money. I don't think they're going to buy them. I think it's literally like, can we start maybe trying to figure out a way to, I won't do GoFundMe or the way they F the truckers in Canada, but this gift send go. What I'm basically saying is this, let me know what you guys think in the comments. If I set up a gift send go to start buying one at a time campers and bring them down, get a hold of Tim or somebody down there or people that Tim works with, be like, hey, find me a family that needs a trailer. Find me a family that needs a place to stay, that has suitable ground to put it on, and let them like work with that. Is there a way to get a like one of those battery, like solar power generators like you see on the TV? That way they could at least run. Is there a way to get Starlinks? Well, I guess they're getting them down there for free of charge. So just, I don't know. I start with the damn trailers. I mean, I got plenty of pickup. I'll do that. I'll handle that part of it. Chris got a pickup. I bet you, if I sent him down hauling a trailer and he didn't lose wages on it and I paid the fuel, I'm not going to make promises for him, but I bet he'd do it. I bet he would. So I got 2 pickups capable of doing it right there. Timmy just got that platinum. He's got trucks that come up the whole. He's still a trucking company. I don't know. Put a damn trailer on one of his boat trailers. Send it back with him. He can unload it with his crane or haul it in with a pickup. How do we get these old, $2,000-$3,000 campers bought and sent down there? That's what I'm thinking. Not just me, everybody. A lot of people. I mean, I don't know. Who else would want to get involved in that? Other YouTubers, right? I don't know. But that's my idea. The idea comes from, I get mad. If I had known this was coming, the one that I was talking about, I jumped it. Beginning of this year. Beginning of spring, summer.
Yeah.
We cut the axles out of it. I ripped the refrigerator out of it to put it in the motorhome I got. That thing is neat. It's there, but it needs work. It's not suitable. It won't. There's no refrigerator. The water heater's cracked. I let it freeze by accident. The roof is sagging. It's bad. The brakes are shot. The tires are old. It's just, I wanted to get to that thing one day. That's why I won't send that thing, because it's a pile of trash. But the one that was usable, because it had a rotten front end on it, the whole front, when you towed it, the wall breathed. You see it shaking with the wind. The wind would bulge it out. I bet it would have made one more trip down, that camper would have stayed down there and been scrapped down there. But I jumped it. I wish I didn't. If I didn't jump that, I'd already be on my way with it. But it's scrapped now. So, yeah, that's... Reacher says, I transport campers for a living. We move campers for FEMA all the time. They have bunkhouse trailers, shower trailers. We pick up new campers from RV dealers and haven't heard anything. Pretty crazy. Reacher, FEMA has no money. The bunkhouses like Gentry was hauling for, those aren't for the people. I'm willing to bet you. Those aren't for the people. Those are for the government, FEMA people. That isn't for. That's not for the average person that lost their house. I'd be willing to bet you that's what that is. That's for government services. So I'm looking at the ideas. Samantha Hart says, it's a good idea, Steve. Unfortunately, I can't afford anything else. Oh, same here. I mean, in time, I could probably buy one and haul it down myself. But we're not talking tomorrow. I got a frame I got to pay for. That's going to be expensive. And I got crap going on with these trucks. Can't couldn't do one now. If somebody, that's the other thing. If somebody donated a trailer, I'll move it. But I can't be buying a lot of trailers. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. Is there a way to like get, like me? If I had that other travel trailer, I would just give it away. Like these people that are selling it, to go on $2-3 for it. I don't know. Would they maybe sell it for $1,000 and then let it go? And I'll just take it, like just sign the title. I won't even title it to me. Just throw it. Just haul it down with no plate. What are you gonna do? Pull me over, give me a ticket? Whatever. Just, you know what I mean? I'm not even title it. Just give it to them. Give the people a title. Here, if you want to use it afterwards, great. Title it. Who cares? Just get them moving. That's the thought process. I've seen so much Asheville cops are shocked and the worst. Mark make the little bit. You know what? That's their freaking job. That's your job. You can't handle the job, get out of it. Like anything else. It's a great idea, see, Sally. I can't help being currently unemployed at all. Hey, look at me. I'm the big time YouTuber. You act like I can't move mountains. Those trailers that put 3 campers on it. I'm not sure what you're talking about there. You only get tax deductions if you go through like a 501c3 and all that nonsense. No. It's just buy a camper, haul it down. I could care less. You get tax deduction on what?
Yeah.
$1,000 donation? Not worth. It's not worth the paperwork and the problems. It's a problem. Once government gets involved, it screws it up.
Mm-hmm.
Port strike didn't help either. People bought tons of toilet paper over it too. It's the Constanza. Yeah. Facts. I'm just gonna call you Leviticus. There, you got a long ass name. No, I appreciate what you're saying. You're not wrong. It's just, listen. I'm not here to make excuses for. Look, if you're a good cop doing your job and you're stressed out, okay, great, got it. Do your job. That's what you got to do. If you're a bad guy like that assistant fire chief that threatened that helicopter pilot, I'm sorry, that man should sit in jail. He should be jailed over that one. You're not doing your job. What you're doing is useless. You're actually hindering the problem. You should be sitting in jail because you're making people not want to help. There's a lot more. That man did more hurt than he ever did good in that one instant right there alone. So that's the point. You can't get with it, get out. That's that. Listen, you're supposed to do your job, do your job. It's that simple. You can't take the stress of being a cop in a natural disaster. Give them back your badge, your gun. Well, I guess you keep your gun. Give me back your badge, your car keys, and take a hike. If you can't do your job, beat it. Hit the bricks. I don't mean to get mad, but, and I'm not mad at you, Leviticus. It's just, I'm not here to hear excuses from the trained people, while people that aren't trained are covering for the slack of the professionals that are trained. That's where I'm at. Josh's Trucking Adventure says, problems everyone's barely trying to make it. It's the worst time for this to happen. But hey, ILM just got the ports a 64% raise. Well, I wasn't going to get into that, Josh's Trucking Adventures, but listen, inflation nailed them like they nailed us too, If, listen, the rates aren't enough, I don't haul them, right? It's that simple. If the freight don't pay, I don't haul it. If I need more money, I have to put my hand out, get more money. If I don't, I'm not hauling it. Their contract was signed in 2018. If you told them what 6 years later was going to look like, they'd have laughed in your face. They're not making it as good as you think that they are. Well, yeah, they need more money. Plus, not to mention, I'm all for, and I talk about this in videos I haven't yet released yet, I'm all for whatever you have to do to make it more expensive to import Chinesium into the United States, the better. Because I'd rather people here having jobs than someone else in China or wherever the hell else having jobs that are like piss poor nothing. That way you can afford to, listen, they're paying them so little, you can afford to haul that crap. How many thousands of miles to sell it to you here on them ships? I'm all for import fees going up, longshoreman wages going up, tariffs. I don't care. I want steel made in America. I want manufacturing made in America. I'm an American with an American job, and I want Americans to have American jobs. That's how it is. So I'm all for any way to make shipping crap from overseas, made overseas to the United States. I'm all for making that more expensive somehow. So if you're gonna put it in the money, if you're gonna put it in the pockets of the longshoremen, great. Because you know what they buy? They buy camping trailers. They buy boats. They buy fuel. They buy all the crap that we haul. So money in their pocket comes to us too. So I'm all for them getting the money. As for automation, don't like automation either. Look at Orwell. Look at the modern truck. See where we're going with this? And I'm not a big union guy. I'm not pro or anti, but I know the reason why they're there. And in this case, I supported them, even though I lost a load and came home empty over that strike. So that took money directly out of my pocket, but I still supported them. That's my opinion on that one. They can keep on trucking outlaw life. Bring back the auto industry in Michigan. Exactly. That dually parked right out there should not have been built in Mexico. Should have been built in the United States. I know it's a Dodge, technically Ram, but it should have been built in the United States. And that wasn't UAW workers that put that truck together. Maybe that's why I got to bring it back to get some recalls done. Or problems fixed under warranty, not technically a recall, although they all break. We'll get into that. Steve Johnson, I disagree with you 100%. Look up Harley Davidson and why they're making Harley Davidsons in, what the hell are they making damn Harleys now? Not Taiwan, Thailand. They're building Harleys in Thailand. Why? Because Thailand banned foreign bikes to be imported, and then they said, we'll just tariff them. So Harley, to get around the tariffs, built a plant. Sound familiar? Harley built a plant in Thailand to get around the tariffs. So if we have tariffs here, to get around the tariff, you build the plant here. Harley Davidson proved it, but it's Thailand, so the media didn't talk about it. Look that up. That's a good idea, Mr. Steve. Maybe you can just coordinate the spy effort with YouTubers. It's M. Pacman. Yeah, that's possible. It's possible. I don't know. No, actually, Christine Fortner, the Chapel trailer would be the absolute worst thing right now. Number one, it's not safe to drive. Two, it's too friggin' big. It's too friggin' big. You're not getting something like that. That might be good for workers or fire departments to stay in, sleep in. But they got their firehouse, you would hope or think.
Christine says
It's too big. The Chapel, anything semi-base is just too friggin' big. What's that, babe?
we're getting ready to read the same comment.
Oh.
Chapel trailer would be good. Would be perfect for this right now.
In time, possibly. But right now, the way I see it, you could barely get a side-by-side in places right now. That's why the helicopters are the only option for a lot of places right now. Leviticus again with the cops are obeying order to turn people away at roadblocks. Well, look, if you're there for a reason, you should be there. If you're there not for a reason, for just disaster tourism, yeah, that's not good either. So that's a sketchy situation, because what if you're going there to work on something? How do you know a worker from not? What, government papers? I could print out a FEMA paper and throw it on my windshield too. What's the difference? You definitely got to watch it. Just getting my main point through. Hostile. I'm going backwards in the comments, guys. So I'm just trying to read up because we're getting slow with the comments. I was just trying to. Oh yeah, right that one. Right, sorry. Just watched that video today about the assist. Fire chief did that. I agree with you. He should go to jail and be charged for neglecting his own fellow township people. Yeah, again, Mr. Steve, get with Tim, Heavy D, Cletus, any other YouTuber. Y'all could join forces to get donations going on all channels. That's what needed to get it over there. YouTubers Unite. That's Mr. Steve. That apparently that's your YouTube name. Look, I feel weird. Like I don't even know how does somebody like me approach a guy like Cletus? I don't know him. I bet you he don't even know who I am. Heavy D, same thing. I don't know him, and I bet you he has no idea who the hell I am. And I'm fine with that. It's just if I needed to. Listen, if they want to take my idea and can make it big, great. I'll help you. If you can get it out bigger than me, I'll get right in it with you. If they can make it big, if they want to take my idea and run with it, go, do it, take it. I'll help you any way I can. The idea is just to get it out there, just to get the idea out there and figure it out. Even just like I guess anybody on here, anybody that watches this now or after, does anybody have an RV they would just donate or sell for cheap to send down there? Is that possible? Chevelle Junkie says, yeah, nobody crying about the shipping companies making billions and billions. Well, COVID did that because we were buying all that Chinesium at the Wally World, and everybody else made a fortune while we went broke. Oh, Steve, we're doing all right. Pilot back down, too easy. DJ Plass, well, all I'll say is he backed down to his comfort level, okay? I think he is former law enforcement, too. I'm not sure what his past is. Me, on the other hand, that would have went different. That would have went way different. But he owns a helicopter, and I don't. So, you know, it's easy to judge when you're not in a man's shoes, but yeah, I'd have probably I would have pushed it further for sure. But you never know. You never know. Christine Fornes says, if fixed as U2 restaging office, all coordinating efforts come from there with emergency supplies. Heard they actually drone delivered some insulin to people that need it. Where? What are you talking about there, Christine? I'm not really sure what you're talking about. YouTuber staging office.
I think she's talking about the chapel trail.
Oh, the chapel. Oh, the chapel. It don't matter. That's a long way from now. That's a long way from now. Unless there's another one that's, you know what? I have an idea. I don't want to say none. I'll put nobody on the spot. There might be a way. There might be a way, but not mine. Mine's not ready. But just leave it be. Yeah, yeah, that's what she said. Yeah. How about it? Keep on trucking out. All life says, trust me, Mr. Steve. They know of Orwell. Believe that. I doubt it.
I kind of giggled when I read that comment.
What's that? Huh?
I said I kind of giggled when I read that comment 100%.
I mean, I suppose it's in a mild possibility that Cletus knows of me only because I'm friends with Tim Gentry.
Maybe.
Maybe. Heavy D, not a chance.
I'm surprised he's not there, or is he?
There's not a chance. There's not a chance in hell.
I'm surprised he's not there.
Who, Heavy D?
Yeah, dropping.
He's got 2 friggin' helicopters. I'm surprised. Honestly, he might be, but he might not be filming. I don't know. I didn't see anything, but you know, if he ain't, he probably will. I hope he does. But
and he would, you know how they denied other pilots from coming in because they said they lacked experience.
Yeah, but you know what he's good at though?
He's probably trained in all that stuff.
Yeah, I was saying, you know what he's good at though is he's good at coordinating with different governing agencies, law enforcement agencies, stuff like that. He's really good at that. I don't know. Remember when he dragged that guy's boat off the shore when Lake Mead was going down, and they had to work.
We've seen him do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's been able to get a lot of stuff done. Like when that one guy crashed on the mountain, and it was like you need special permission just to fly there. You know, he's good at that stuff. So I don't know. Maybe a guy like him could do it, but I'm not. You know, I can't listen. I can't. You know, I can't speak on what other people may or may not do. I can just speak on what listen, I threw an idea out there. That's all I did. I'd like to try it if I can. If it works, it works. It don't, it don't. That's it. I know, Mr. Steve. I know Tim Gentry knows them both, but I don't know them both. So, that is what it is. Keep on trucking out a life's busting chops. He goes, I'm dead serious. They know of Orwell. I didn't say they know of the driver. That's actually funny. And DJ Plastics, with people dying still to lack of food and water. These folks are in the middle of nowhere. And that's the thing right now. It's getting them food and water or out of there. But that's the other thing too, with the idea with the remember Lahaina, Hawaii? That whole area burnt down?
Yeah.
And then the vultures came to buy the property for piss. Pennies on the dollar. They tried to buy that property up for pennies on the dollar. And I'm afraid that that's what's going to happen down there too. That people that own property that got completely wiped out, right? They might sell for self-preservation. Pennies on the dollar. Just to get out. Just to get something in their pocket, right? And the vultures will come in. But what if they can stay in a trailer and stay on that property and start rebuilding somehow, some way, right? It's less likely a vulture to come in, or at minimum, make them put more money in their pocket to sell it. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, and Pac-Man, that is, yeah, it does have that feeling, doesn't it? Alma Dells says, my sister's manufacturing plant in North Carolina was destroyed. A lot of stuff was.
Yeah, like earlier they were saying, like, people lost their house, their jobs, their school. The little kids are all lost.
I remember, what area is high in lithium, DJ Plast? Just reading stuff here. Somebody else was saying, next time I get to South Carolina, we'll roll out the red carpet in the hood, have some drinks. I'm like, appreciate that, but I ain't looking for a party. I'm just home, having a beer and talking with you guys. Trying to spit ideas. It's like the property in Mill Lake Manor I was talking about earlier, where the house got flooded and they raised it. Raised it meaning they bulldozed it, knocked it down. Mm-hmm. Now it's just a grass lot. There's a couple of them like that. One into my mom's neighborhood that flooded out near the bridge where the dam used to be, back in the early 1900s. And but that's the thing. It's like the water goes away and the property's still there, right? Mm-hmm. Some of these properties, like the property washed away. Like the house is gone. The land it was on is gone too. Mm-hmm. Like there was land between the road and the river, and now the river ate half the road, because not only was there a house there was like a lawn and like trees, and now it's a 30-foot deep hole. Like I guess you still own the 30-foot deep hole, but right, you're the riverbank now. Like your property doesn't even exist. It's I remember up here in Wisconsin when Lake Dalton, the dam broke. It rained a lot here heavily, and Lake Dalton dam broke. And like you see, this guy owned a house. It was on like a hill, right? And the house is here, and like the water ate the hill. The house fell in, and the water kept eating the hill. And I'm like, dude, you own a hole.
You own nothing.
Like your land washed. Like not only your house, your property, your dirt. Like your actual dirt, your property walked away. I mean, I guess if you own the mineral rights, I guess you own the rocks underneath the dirt, because you effectively own a strip mine. Like it's as disastrous as a strip mine. The land is stripped down to the bedrock, gone. You own nothing. That is insane. That's what happened to a lot of these people. I mean, some people, their house just flooded and got full of mud, but and some people, that crap got, wow. Gus FC said, took the land down to the bedrock. Yeah. Yeah, that's something. You need a full team to go help, not alone. Yeah, my idea is just, like I said, to figure out from other people down there first where to bring the trailer. Buy one, clean it, make it nice, and haul it down there. And if they don't want to keep it, they could send it to the next guy. You know, just keep, keep on trucking out. It's just tail of the Dragon Steve, then we go meet Heavy D. Okay. Some of what you're talking about reminds me of the flood of '93 here in St. Louis area. Samantha Hart. Yeah. I kind of sort of remember of it, but JM, it's about the spring brackets on the Ford cab over. Yeah, they will work because I found replacements. Not for the shackle itself, but the pins. They're still available. Truck equipment can get them. They're like 2-3 days out. So I can order them and get them. That's fine. That did solve that problem. Leviticus, the generators are for long-term survival, but the help is needed for those dying of hunger right now. That's very true. That's very true. At this point, all I could do is, go on like Operation Airdrop, donate money for fuel, send down, baby food, that kind of stuff. I don't know. It's up at this point. I'm thinking it's all you can do. What I'm thinking of with the travel trailer idea about buying cheap used ones and hauling them down there. That's like, it might be the next step, but it'll take time for me to do something like that. So I just don't know whether I don't know whether I want to actually roll the dice and put my hand out to try to get donations for that, because I think by now everybody's kind of tapped out. I know I'm not in a position to just do a bunch of this on my own. So I know we're struggling here. I'm not gonna lie, we're struggling. We're okay, but we do not have that extra. Last year was so much easier. George Wilson's like the idea of a travel trailer. Because I could buy another trailer for a lot cheaper than fixing the motorhome that I have. That's Michael Negron says, why don't you fix up the motorhome and donate it? Negron is his last name. Yeah, because like I said, I'd have to do a lot of work to it to be able to donate it. It'd be cheaper just to buy one and buy another and haul it. That's the thing. Because the freshwater holding tank, I think that's good. Hot water heater's broke. Refrigerator no longer functions. The black tank is completely gone, and the gray tank is cracked and needs to be replaced. There's a lot of wood rot in the front end of it. The brakes are shot in the rear. The fronts work, the rears don't. And the air conditioning, well, it works, it just don't work well. So yeah, it would be easier just to buy another one, I think. DJ Platt says you need to have a place to put a trailer or motorhome. Again, that's the thing. I'd have to coordinate that with Tim or people that Tim coordinates with to be able to know one at a time where somebody could utilize one. So I have to think on this a while. It's an idea. Would you think the local National Guard there could distribute some MREs and potable water? No, I don't know what's being done. It seems like nothing. But other people, citizens are doing it all, I think, it seems like. Those that are facing having to rebuild Amazon, there are tiny homes that be hauled by truck. I mean, that's basically what an RV is. Idea of travel trailers, good idea, folks. We need them for winter. Even if you can get trailers down there for weeks, it's still a start. I think those trailers, think of all those trailers that in Copart. Yeah. Makes you wonder. Makes you wonder. Wonder if anybody couldn't get a hold of Copart corporate and be like, hey, I'll donate some trailers. Send them down there for people. It's not a bad idea. Or just reduce cost, I don't know. All those campers at Copart would be convenient. Gus FC said that one. Yeah, probably. I don't know what the possibilities are. It is an avenue. It is an avenue. It's a direction to look into for sure. But I don't know what kind of conditions. Some of them have been wrecked. Some of them, they all can't be repossessions, right? Some of them are wrecked. I don't know. Mark Cross says, get the Ford back together and I'll drive it. Well, we're going to be there. We're working on Helene. Actually, next week, Chris will be starting on the clutch on that. Probably end of this week. I'll have Helene inside working on the clutch. I should be back by then, I'm hoping. Kyle Anderson, I wish I could help in some way for all those people. Government obviously don't see it as an emergency. This is a time we all as Americans need to come together and be strong. Well, that's why we're here, Kyle. We're trying to I'm brainstorming an idea of how to do something more than just, I don't know. I wish I was able to get in touch with Tim more recently, but he's been tied up busy, I know. Just thinking about different things that can be done. Because he knows more, he's been on the ground, so he knows more than me. As far as what you can do tomorrow, I don't know if there's a FEMA list of haul trailers for them, whatever it may be. But listen, I'm not getting involved with any government agency with any of this. I'll tell you that right now. I wouldn't be involved with them. They've dropped the ball so bad that I wouldn't want to look bad working for them, because then it's looking like I'm trying to make money on a deal, number one. Number two, I don't trust them. They screw up. No, I wouldn't do. At this point, they're so bad off. Listen, you come rolling through with FEMA in some of those areas, you might get hurt. They have pissed off. The government's response has pissed off so many people down there. I think if people showed up with the FEMA on their chest, I think they're gonna come out in a bag. They're not gonna do well down there. Them people have absolutely had it. DJ Behrens or others. I can get a transmission up here too. I'm not really worried about that right now. Just putting a clutch in it, we'll do a transmission later. The 9-speed in it, it'll move. That's all I need to do is move under its own power. It could do a couple loads with the 9-speed. It's not a big problem. I'll take care of that in the future. No, I'm not putting an 18-speed in there. You really don't need an 18-speed. How often do you ever split the low side of the transmission anyway? 13 is the same as a 9. 13 is the same as an 18-speed, except you split the bottom end. There's no value, I don't think, to an 18-speed. And I had one in my 379. Yeah, FEMA, from what Tim has said, is doing nothing for the people in the mountains. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You go in the mountains with a FEMA shirt, you're probably not coming back. Is the way you went in. One channel mentioned Army units like 10th Mountain and 82nd Airborne. as well as Fort Liberty. Where the hell is Fort Liberty? Am I under a rock? Where the hell is that? I've never even heard of Fort Liberty. Basically, every military resource sat idle. Pissing off the military isn't being used because the military wasn't asked by our illustrious government and the ones in charge. Mr. Pudding Pop himself. The truck you have, I absolutely like it. Awesome. Is that a big cam in the Freightliner? It's a 365. I don't really know one from the other that well. I don't think so. I think Liberty was renamed from Benning, if memory. Oh, is that Fort Benning? They renamed it to Liberty. Ugh. No wonder why I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. All right. I don't know. Fort Bragg? I don't know.
Yeah, Fort Bragg. I was just reading.
Oh, they looked up. That's they renamed Fort Bragg.
Fort Liberty.
It's Fort Bragg,
Yeah.
and it's still the Tri-Borough Bridge. You know, New York. I don't call them by these other stupid names that they come up with recently. Just leave the old names alone. Stop it with this nonsense. Ugh. It's been Fort Bragg all my life. Sleek Hobbs RCC, I know Tim's feeling bad about having to run them loads for FEMA. I know it's bothering. Well, I think everybody figured out it's like a big slap in the face. You know, what this government, FEMA, is doing, or lack thereof. George Wilson says not just Copart, but LKQ and the other salvage. Sleek Hobbs RC says, truck I got's definitely a gem. Which one? Orwell, the Ford, Helene? Alright, well, we got that answer, I guess. Well, I don't know. I guess I'm kind of at a loss here. I guess the rehash for new people. Fort Benning is now Fort Moore. I'm sorry we even got into that one. Anyway, like I guess the rehash to those that are just coming on, I think most people have probably been on for a while. And we've been on here for 92 minutes, so probably getting long. My idea is what are people going to do once they start actually getting to them? Where are people going to live? Where are they going to stay? My thought was try to buy up old travel trailers, get people together, crowdsource some donations, some money, specifically for that purpose, and I'll start hauling them down with the pickup truck. I can get a fifth wheel for that pretty easy. I can haul a fifth wheel or bumper pull trailer, whichever. Something like that, and just give to the people that have a place to stay. It's gonna be winter. Like right now the weather ain't bad, but it's starting to get chilly at night. And that's where the problem's gonna be. Yeah, but VB, that won't happen until people are already starting to freeze. What is it? January, like 27th or something? That the new president takes over, whoever it is. They ain't gonna make it that long. It doesn't matter. You can have anybody would fix it, but if they ain't there now, they can't. These people will be frozen to death by then. Man, sometimes I wish I had a car or truck to get where I would like to go. Even during the summer down here in Arizona, during it's hot. Contact RV dealers if they get trade in that are crappy, not good enough to sell, but good enough for relief. Richard Benner. That's a good idea, Richard Benner. That's a good idea. Thank you for that. Mr. Steve, the best thing to do is get in touch with Tim and put your heads together. If y'all work together, you can get more done. I haven't spoke to him in a couple days, and he's hard to get a hold of now. He's stupid busy, and he's always in an area where there's real piss poor cell service. So I've been trying, but he ain't been around. I'm not gonna bug him because I'm just coming with ideas. He's out there doing the work now, so I'm not gonna bug him. I'm just gonna get out here and talk about it, see if you guys got ideas. But Richard Brenner, that ain't a bad idea. What if, babe? What do you think about that idea?
Sounds like a good idea.
Because what if I hey, so and so RV place local down here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Take you in on trade. I'll plug the hell out of your business on the channel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Talk about what you did, all that whatnot, and then let's just get that unit moved, right?
Yeah.
That's possible. I would do that all day long, every day.
Oh yeah.
That'd be fine. It's a great idea. We got a couple good ideas out here.
Mm-hmm.
People are thinking. It's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea at all. On a campground near with cabins. Near where? Down there? Samantha Hart says, is the RV dealer down by me? I'll check with them and see what can be done and email you. Yes. Really, all campgrounds are full. Well, yeah, down there, I'm sure. I'm talking about up here. I'm trying to find, I'm just repeating myself for people that haven't heard. I'm trying to find cheap or donated travel trailers, fifth wheels, destination trailers. I don't care, park models, whatever. If I could haul it with that dually, I'll get a fifth wheel for it. I got plenty of hitches, for the bumper pull. You see that big trailer I pull. Chris got that big diesel with hell, I don't use Orwell, for God's sakes. I don't care. I'm trying to figure out a way to obtain cheap, usable, serviceable travel trailers that I can get down in that region and start getting people that you have some type of road service to get to them, where their houses are messed up, that would have a place to stay. It's going to start getting cold. It's getting on winter now, right? It's up in the hills up there. It's a problem. So, yeah, I don't know if I want to get in on like Give, Send, Go and try to crowdsource money to buy them. Or I honestly, I'd rather get donations. I'd rather get donated units and then throw a bunch of stuff, water, food, diapers. I keep saying diapers, but no, I don't want to get baby diapers. You're not saving a life by making sure you can neatly package up baby shit. If the baby poops in a rag, it won't hurt the baby. But not getting formula to eat, that's a problem, obviously. I'd rather buy formula than diapers, but you get the point. I'd rather get donated trailers and just fill them up with supplies and haul them down. That's what I'd love to. To me, that's the idea. Get them down there, place them, and then when the people, like I said, if they have them and then they get the house fixed, they can donate it up the mountain to the next people that need it, whichever. Just get something down there, right? So far we got ideas of. Probably should have wrote these down. Somebody suggested giving rides in Orwell for money for donations.
Yes.
If they sign a waiver, that's okay. I could do that. They just got to sign a insurance waiver because I'm not my own motor carrier. I have to protect Widmeyers. RV dealers take in trades.
Mm-hmm.
They might donate. Copart, they might if I doubt Copart, but I haven't made a phone call, so it's possible maybe, but it's an idea. It's a direction to look. That's something. So those are the ideas. Hit the big nationwide RV change, tax write-off and good press. Yeah, that's true too. If that's the case, does anybody know anybody in the media, like either local or bigger media, that would do like a positive today on Channel 5, blah blah blah, Billy Bob bag of Billy Bob RV and Sales donated this trailer for this to go down there. I don't know. Does anybody know anybody like that? Isaiah Welch. That's. You know what? There was a story. All right, here's his comment. Steve, given the number of railroad locomotives laying idle, I'd say they could be used as mobile generators. Last I knew, Union Pacific had more than 7,000 locomotives alone in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Yes, the problem is it's very hard to move a locomotive to a region that, if the tracks are wiped out, you ain't getting a locomotive there. There's not even a road to get a pickup truck up. You're not getting a super load, a locomotive up there. Now, there was somewhere, I'd have to look up, where literally a railroad donated a locomotive to use as a power generator to a municipality. And they literally took it off the tracks, set it on the road, like just right on the street, and then put it in gear and drove it forward. That messed up it messed it up pretty bad. It destroyed the road, but it got it close enough to where they could hook up, because the locomotive, it's an engine and a generator, and the wheels run on are just electric motors. So it's an ultimate generator. So they hooked it up to the municipality to get that town power, and then they had to get the locomotive up on a trailer and then haul it to be repaired, because they damaged the wheel motors on it, because it wasn't on a track. It was just making its way through pavement. So eventually, if you can start fixing rail line to get a locomotive there, it's possible. But you're talking a locomotive. Look up like you're talking a small locomotive is like 250,000 pounds. That's like a switcher. Look up the weight of a SD-40 locomotive. How much does that weigh?
What is it again? SD?
Yeah, SD-40. SD-40. Sam said, with tents and sleeping bags, help for temporary shelter until permanent shelter. It's better than sleeping under a damn tarp. That's not a bad idea. Trailers are better, but if you get trailers, tents will do. I honestly don't know what they're doing. I think a lot of people are sleeping in their cars. Figuring you could put the locomotive in neutral and just idle up, maybe the control wouldn't let it. No, the problem is just getting the locomotive to where it's usable. That's the thing. If the track is screwed up, you can't get the locomotive anywhere near where it's needed. You're talking about regions where roads are washed off. The railroads probably are screwed up too. I don't even know what railroads are out down in that direction. It's a possibility, but man, when you do, you power up lines that are screwed up. You can't turn the power on until you know the lines are isolated, not going to electrocute nobody, or power lines laying in the road. I don't think we're there yet.
There's like 3 different ones they show here.
Just looking for a weight-ish.
Okay, so 368,000 pounds.
368,000 pounds. All right. So yeah, your locomotive weighs like 368,000 pounds. You're telling them the weight is insanity. Cases of water, MREs, blankets, baby food in a trailer, hitting up dealers for used trailers, collect donations to get trailers, find volunteers to drive trailers down. That's the idea, Christine Forner. That's the idea. Samantha Hart looked it up. SD-40-2 weighs roughly 362,000 pounds. Yeah, so you're not just carrying one of those to town. Doug Bailey, we already talked about my chapel trailer is not roadworthy. It wouldn't make the trip. And it'd be too big to get down most of these roads anyway. Driving New England says CSX and Norfolk Southern are 2 Class 1 railroads in the area that is devastated. Yeah, so they're not going to send a track crew down tracks they don't know are okay. And if the transmission, Ben Wilkinson said the transmission lines are down, no good. Unless you get a locomotive close to one of the substations connected there. Yeah, I mean, it's possible, but it'll be a while till they can do anything like that. That's for the Dash 2 The regular SD40 is 36. I think you mean 360,000. It ain't 36,000. But yeah. California Central Pacific Gas and Electric crews, I think they left yesterday. Even old 15 passenger vans with seats removed could help. Yep. Water purification systems is another thing they could use. For sure. Vista Zero. Yeah. Saw a clip of a locomotive running on a track with the dirt all washed out 5 feet from the track. But again, if the lines are down, but yeah, it is a power source, and I'm willing to bet people smarter than us have thought of it, and I'd love to see the railroad step up to do something like that when something like that can happen. Old school buses remove the seats. That's an idea too. Steve, did you see the video where you used the mule? Yes, I saw that. The pack mule train. I saw that. That's insane, but it works. Yeah, 360,000 pounds. It's you're not trucking that easy to an area where they need it. That's the thing. Hell, Greyhound buses would work too. Problem is they're big. They're just too damn big. DJ Platt said the mule train was the only way to get there. And I bet it worked. Might have already been mentioned about side-by-side pulling some trailers up them near unpassable roads. Approach the ATV companies and plug the crap out of their goodwill on your channel. That's one thing I thought I might be able to do once people start knowing where stuff is. People start cutting trails. Maybe I even thought about going down there with my side-by-side. I have a trailer hitch built in mine for recovery purposes, to drag stuff out or to get dragged out of. But I even thought about getting like a small, trailer, like a 4-foot by 8-foot trailer, and just put bigger tires on it. That way my Razor can pull a trailer loaded up with gear. I mean, I have a winch. I do have, self-recovery equipment I could get more if need be. I even thought possibly I could go down a little while, in time to come, to start working the trails. I'm sure that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna cut trails before they get the roads fixed, and just start using the side-by-side. They call them buggies down there, by the way. You see them on the news or on Gentry's video. They talk about buggies. I've ridden side-by-sides with guys in West Virginia that were from the Carolinas. So a lot of areas down there, they refer to side-by-sides as buggies. But yeah, my Razor, you could put a considerable amount of stuff in it, but not a lot. But I can't haul a trailer with it, and I have a winch, so it's in the realm of possibility in the future. But I have to be there, and I have to stay there for a long time, which right now is not possible. Isaiah Welch says government needs to get the Seabees from the Navy down there. The Seabees are our best organized construction crew in the world. I mean, they've built runways during firefights. Yeah, but it's not the government couldn't run a bath. Yeah, right now. This is not the days of World War II. This is nowadays. Reached out to people at Green APU for ways to help you. No, I have not. I'm just throwing ideas out there. I guess I could talk to him about it. It's not a bad idea, nonetheless. He was using a bulldozer. What are we talking about there, George Mitchell? I saw a guy was making his own road, but he was shut down. Yeah, he probably getting too much done. I don't know what the details of that is, but I'd be curious to know. Where can I find that information? Where can I find that situation with that bulldozer? Can I look that up and find it or no? Those genset generators you ship much more efficient than derailing a locomotive for power. Yeah, but they got to be shipped. I mean, someone's got to buy them, and nobody's buying anything, it seems like. You know, DJ Plaster looking for permits for the road building. Jerry Hobbs says, Steve, just joined the chat. How hard is it to transfer CDL endorsement state to state? It's not. Just go to motor vehicle and do it. Might be a problem with using the rail system. I heard they were backed up bad. Yeah. Are we talking about the bulldozer guy? Mark Grant says, Steve, reality, it is not a search and rescue mission, it's a search and maybe a recovery mission. Maybe something on the way you could help the families who lost loved ones. Sounds morbid, but hey, if it comes down to it, sadly, I've had to do that once or twice in my life. Not in a situation like that, but I've had to move bodies in the past. It's once you get over the fact that it was a person, it's really not that hard. But you have to get over that. You have to get over that thought in your head. You have to think of it as a thing, not a used to be person. Once you do that, it goes easier. I'm not objected to it if need be. Is what about getting your Lowe's or Home Depot to donate generators? You can take them down. Hard to find down there. Yeah, but I mean, I guess it's possible. But what do you do? Go to your local store, and management's got to talk 6 ways up to the upper management. I mean, think about it. You're not getting a nickel off them people without 3 or 4 different people signing off on it. I mean, I'm not trying to shoot it down. It's an idea, but. Sam says non-gas grills, pots, pans would help to heat up food and have a hot cup of coffee or tea. I've seen that on the news, those little propane tanks. They love those things down there. I guess they're using them for cooking and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like that cook stove we got, that camp stove that we got, we used at Glamis. Stuff like that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sterno and map gas grills. Yep. Right now in the situation, there are no rules to enforce. Cop firemen need to realize they are useless. Not unless they put you in the hooks like they threatened that helicopter pilot we played earlier. Because they threatened to arrest one of them helicopter pilots for rescuing people without permission. DJ Plastis, who's supplying the fuel for those generators? Well, that's the problem. See, generators are actually terribly inefficient because you suck up a lot of fuel to not really do a lot. So it's the generator, but then you have to fuel it, and how do you get the fuel to the generator? That's the other problem. So both my sons are fine, Justin. Everything's fine for them. The storm wasn't anywhere near. I mean, it rained on them, but that's all that they got. They're fine. Although Sean, the older one with the Jeep, the lifted Jeep with the big tires and the big winch and the recovery equipment, he did talk to me about taking time off to come down there with me possibly in the future. He mentioned it, so it's possible me and Sean might try to coordinate with somebody down there to be able to haul stuff in where areas are just mostly unacceptable. I mean, I don't own a helicopter, but I do own a Razor, and it's possible Sean would run the Jeep. We could team up with something like that, maybe. Just thinking. He mentioned it, but I'm not going to volunteer him for nothing unless he talks to me about it specifically. There are no local gas stations nearby, and all that stuff is gone. Allen's rigging repair. Hey Steve, how's the Freightliner going? Plan on starting a clutch on it next week. Chris is painting the step deck Monday and Tuesday, and once it's outside, after it's painted, we want to get that clutch in. We have, well, I don't have the clutch here, but it's in. Oh, excuse me. Clutch is in. Just got to get it to the shop and get it in. Babe, remember that big 150-gallon tank I used to use for water? You never remember using it, but that big tank, it used to be in the bathroom of the old shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where is that? Is that storage or is that in this shop? I think it's on top of the bathroom, ain't it?
That's what I was thinking. I was just thinking that in my head.
Yeah. I'm thinking I need to get that tank and the wood that goes with it down to Gentry. Or if we ever do go down there with the pickup,
Yeah.
we'll bring that, we'll put that tank, because I have the pieces that make it so you can put it in a pickup truck.
Yeah.
Probably put that tank, unless we have a fifth wheel, put that tank in the back of the pickup and fill it with water. Or diesel.
Okay.
Fill it with diesel.
Mm-hmm.
Because all those bobcats and skid steers and equipment like Timmy's using, they all need fuel.
Makes sense.
Put gasoline in it too, either one. 150 gallons of gasoline out of that tank, that fill a lot of generators.
Oh, yeah.
But you got to get the dually to an area. All the other thing is too, gasoline is hard to find. Diesel is easier to find than gasoline,
Yeah.
because everyone's buying up gas for the generators.
Mm-hmm.
The dually sucks gasoline, not diesel. So the other thing is too, the dually can only go so far. Before it runs out of gas, can't come out.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to pack fuel for that too. But yeah, there's no gas anymore. Everything's gone. So it's all gonna be hauled in. My vehicle's sucking down the fuel it's hauling. So yeah, that's a problem. Would gift cards be a good idea? Gift cards be a good idea, and if somebody has to buy it and transport it to a spot. At this point, damn it, I just said this a while ago. So on Tim Gentry's Facebook, he posted that he has a GoFundMe going. Now, I can't stand GoFundMe because of what they did to the Canadian truckers, but he has a GoFundMe going to try to get supplies with that, and it ain't going too good, to be honest. But he does have a GoFundMe up for that, and I'll vouch for Tim on that. If you can get either ship it to his place, or send money on his GoFundMe or whichever. If you get Tim something for people in that region, he'll get it to him. He'll get it to him. I'll vouch for that. I'm not going to give out his info, but he does have a GoFundMe. It's on his Facebook. On his Facebook, it's Timmy Gentry, Timmy Gentry, but it's on there. He does have a Gentry and Sons. I don't know if he remembered to post it on that one too, but there is a GoFundMe for that. But yeah, gift cards. You can buy the stuff and then it's got to be shipped to the region somehow. Whether guy's made the bomb cyclone go viral, he was having almost as much fun as thunder snow. Well, see, that's the thing, Pac-Man. We talk about they've weaponized weather to where they cry wolf all the time. Every little rainstorm, it's run for your lives, we're all gonna die, and then it's just a stupid rainstorm. So when this was coming up as a Cat 4, people were like, big deal. Cat 4 is no laughing matter, but people are thinking, we're way up in the mountains. We ain't got to worry about this. It's just going to be rain. So if anybody did tell them it was going to be bad, nobody believed them. So stop telling them it's going to be bad when it's not. That's the point. That's always why I used to bust chops about the bomb cyclone. Because the weaponization of weather, they're trying to make us fearful of every little thing. And of course we're not. So now we're like, yeah, whatever, it's going to be bad. Who cares? And then actually it's bad, and it was like, oh, okay, sit. They need cash, no power, so cards ain't working. And they have to have power, no internet. Yeah, that's true too. North Carolina's getting help people like us to dominate doing shit. Carl Benz, you're exactly right. Sarah and Tim transport shipping containers, dry, secure storage, are high demand. Again, they're big, so you can't get them into really badly screwed up areas as of yet. Well, it's a good hello to Steve from Shipping Manager, Ontario, Canada. How you been doing? DJ Placid, that was sarcasm. What was sarcastic? What place, like, those places spend the gift cards? Oh, well, no, I guess I should have focused on that. The gift cards, you could get gift cards to send them, but someone has to buy it and get it to where it's gotta be. So if you're gonna do that, donate money to Tim's GoFundMe or buy stuff like on Amazon or something and ship it to Tim's place, and Tim will get it in. Something like that. Keep on trucking Outlaw Life says, I know Tim personally as well. He definitely will get it to the people in need. I guarantee you he will. Because, number one, I don't care what anybody has to say about Tim Gentry, okay? He has had some troubles in his life. And recently he had a big problem. And that problem was created by him. And, well, it was a Gentry problem. It wasn't just him. Anyway, you're not going to make him not my friend, because he is my friend. And you gotta remember, when his shop burnt down, everybody helped him. So I guarantee it. He knows that. And he takes that personally. That's why he's down there. He's literally paying his guys out of his pocket to help. He hauled those FEMA loads, those stupid trailers. And it's like they're not doing anything. So he don't want no part of that, it seems like. And now he's paying his guys to go down there with him to do stuff for free. And he knows that people helped him when he was flat on his back and hurt. So that's why he is where he is, doing what he's doing right now. Because if it wasn't for people donating and helping him, he'd be up Schitt's Creek without a paddle. I know I don't normally curse, but whatever. But yeah, that's the way it is. So I'll vouch for that. You get him something, he'll get it to where it needs to go. His GoFundMe is also linked to his last video. Yes, I saw that. I forgot about that too. Thank you there, Twitarf, I guess that is. Uh-oh, and Pac-Man, what did you do?
What? Somebody taking him to the train station?
Yeah. He usually is good. What do you... I'll just... Well, Samantha Hart got him, so he must have said something stupid. We all do. She just deleted him. She didn't train station him. She just deleted the message. All right, then Pac-Man, behave. It's a good case of the kid that yelled wolf. Yeah, the weather-wise, yes, for sure. Alan's Rigging Repair also says a Peterbilt cab over like mine and a Ford CL 9000. Who's copying who? I probably copied you. I can attest to that, Storm Chaser. Gentry's paying it forward, yes. Gentry just posted a new video. Like what? Oh, he's live now? Babe, put Gentry on the TV. Hey, give me your remote. That's probably why my phone went off earlier. You gotta change that, thank you.
Do you want the volume up?
Yeah, put the volume up. Firing up Dimple pissed in Detroit to do relief work.
Eric Huddy supported overturning Roe v. Wade. And
Yeah, I don't need to play that crap on the thing.
Oh yeah, oof.
Yeah. What years? Oh, my Pete? It is a 84, 1984. Why don't the TVs turn off?
I have no idea.
No, it didn't. Well, that's weird. Hang on, guys.
I don't know, because my phone got messed up earlier. I had to restart it. I couldn't click on any YouTube.
Unless he's not on no more. It says live. I gotta watch this stupid ad again. Alright, unmute.
And as many generators and as many heaters and as many blankets as they can get here. We got a bunch of water, we got a bunch of supplies on the trailer, we got a bunch coming, but we need as many generators as we can get. I gave mine away, my big ones,
Here.
and them things are cheap, so you guys want to go donate? We got a link.
Don't mind the laundry in front of the TV.
We're gonna take all that money and go back generators with them. We're planning on buying like 100 trailers. Hey. We gotta get these trucks running. We're out of trucks. All of them out on the road doing relief loads.
Here, give me that one.
So this is all we go out here that we can take. Some bags on right now. So take off from here. We turned it, finish the engine up.
Alright, I'm gonna go stand over there in a minute, so. You guys, oh, I'm talking to the computer, not here. I'm gonna go stand over here. Can you watch the live thing over there? The comments, just holler the comments at me. Oh, I got your phone here. This is still on me?
Let me see.
Alright, make me be on there. So I can read my comments. Hey guys, do me a favor. So a bunch of you guys go over to Tim's channel and leave a comment. Tell him I'm trying to get a hold of him. All right, I got you guys' comments here on Jen's phone. So I'll read your comments here. Get on there and hit him up and say, hey, FSC's trying to get a hold of you. And because he'd be the guy that would know. Wow, we are. Oh, there we go. You had me on pause. Good to see Tim's garage is not full. How's the audio? Can you hear me and that okay? Let me know how that audio's going. Spartan 82 says sound is good. That's good. Storm Chaser Zim said, dang, where'd everybody watching go? Hopefully everybody's over there on Tim's channel. Tell them, hey, get a hold of me. All clear, good, sounds good. All right, that's good. Trying to go through some comments here. If so, let me know anyone. My mom lives in Manatee County, Florida. Yo, did you see that new tornado? That new hurricane's coming straight for like Tampa. Manatee County's just south of there. So yeah, what do you think about it? He's struggling with that tire, ain't he? That tool's supposed to make it easier.
I didn't think it's got him like that. I I'm taking songs off it. Come on.
Oh, talking about his mom. She's staying with someone at their house. She lives in a trailer park. Well, that's good. Then a more sturdy structure. What do you mean give up on some commentary on his tire changer? Yeah, he's struggling with that. Oh yes, and it did. It did. It's supposed to be a Cat 3 when it hits Florida. That's just saying. Oh, it's all done now. It's fine. He'll get it done. I can hear Chris screaming from here.
I wonder if he's watching.
Hi, Steve. I was letting you know if Orwell ever needs a wash. I work at award-winning truck wash in Oakdale, Wisconsin. Where's Oakdale, Wisconsin compared to Green Bay? George Mitchell, see, I just heard about that. Lives in Florida. Yeah, they're showing a Cat 3 making direct the I will right for Tampa. Wednesday. Today's what, Saturday going into Sunday? Come on, Tim, heave! That's the only problem with Brax does the filming. He doesn't read the comments. So my guy's like, hey, tell Tim to get hold of me, and Brax ain't reading on them. Brax, read the comments! Remember me and Chris having a two-man at them bars?
Yeah.
I started beating them with a hammer. Some needs fuel, supply fuel to those generators. Anyone have a tanker, small one, all those generators run out of fuel at the same time. He's not watching the chat. Yeah, I know. That's what I was talking about, that 150-gallon plastic tank that I have. They used to use it for water, but it was actually for like farmers to put chemicals in and put like on a trailer. So that's why I was thinking about that. Either if I go down there, I'd bring that tank with me, or I would actually utilize it, fill it, and put it in the pickup bed. That way guys could fill their skid steers and whatever to run diesel. Clutch H says, Chuck H says, how many miles around Orwell? I don't know. Speedometer quit working at 900 something. Alan Trucking and Rigging says he thinks the peaks are exactly his peaks, the same as mine. It's possible. It was a common spec for the day. What's that? Oh, you make a popcorn.
Yeah.
Watch a gentry change a tire with 191 of our bestest friends.
Wow.
It's actually a pitiful showing for a live, to be honest.
How many are
Huh?
watching? How many are watching too?
I don't know. How's the film go? Oh, it's on the bar. $609. Blake's bigger channel.
There we go.
Brax, read the comments, damn it. The true Storm Chaser Zim says the true OGs are still here on FSCs. Keep on trucking. Outlaw Life says, okay, Tim's wife says she'll have Tim call you after the live. All right. How the hell did he get a hold of her? Steve Ashley says she'll have Tim call. Oh, she must be on the live then. All right, cool. Awesome. Thank you. All right, well, if we got that done, then we got that done. Dude, is freaking awesome. Yeah, see, look how easy it is to work together, right? He does a live. I'm like, oh, my channel's 100% me and only me. Spin the camera around. We'll watch Tim on my live. We're watching him on his live. We just work together. That's it. It ain't the money. It's, for me, it's this kind of crap's just more fun. Address is exit 48 Oakdale, Wisconsin. The truck wash there. Address is exit 48 Oakdale, Wisconsin, 9094. The phone number is blah blah blah. We open at 6 and close at 5.
Alright, Aaron's up. Let's do that one.
Alright, I just screen grabbed it. Russell Hine. That's cool. They need the tire doctor. They need Chris. That tire was best to get off the thing though. Keep on trucking. Outlaw Life is working together. Exactly. Especially crap like this.
There we go.
I hope I don't ever need help like anybody that I've ever helped before. I'll tell you that right now. Kevin Hurley, I'll be honest with you, I debated all day whether I was going to do this live or not. Because I feel like
It's the motor running like a charm.
when I see everybody else doing stuff and I'm watching like Cletus with the helicopter and all that, and I'm like, I'm over here making a video of what I did like a month ago, you know, and I'm like, feeling kind of low. And I don't want, you know, I feel like I'm not down there, I'm not doing enough, and I'm like, I'm not in a position to do that right now. And I'm under a load. I can't till a while, you know. But I think I also what I'm afraid is going to happen is the immediacy now. In 2 weeks from now, no one's going to think about anybody down there. That's what I'm afraid of happening, you know. Nobody is watching the comments. I'm watching the comments. No one's watching over there, I guess.
No, it's hitting.
Any recommendation insurance companies running one auto loader truck just for towing only? I couldn't advise you on that at all. I mean, I know who insures Orwell, but that's just through Widmeyer's fleet stuff, so.
Say,
That's all you need is another truck down. That truck's always been giving me troubles. It smokes like a train though. There it goes. At least that truck cranked the other day. Orwell didn't. Yeah, it didn't. Didn't talk about that, but yeah, the other day Orwell had a little bit of trouble. Any fuel distributors in the area that are still. Oh, Omar's back. I hear he comments here. Omar says he's back. DJ Plass says, are there any fuel distributors in the area that are still functional? I have no idea. The further out you go, the better chance you got, but you're probably a ways out. You got to haul it in. Hey, Steve, how was Chris working out? Seemed like a great mechanic and a great guy. He kicks ass. I wish I had him here years ago. He absolutely ass kicking, taking names,
You gotta go and
works hard.
driver's running here.
I mean, he's
Get the clipboard now.
a hard working son of a gun. Next bunch of videos, you'll see a bunch of them. So tomorrow, I think tomorrow you'll see a bunch of Chris, and Tuesday you'll see a bunch of Chris. What are your... Oh, okay, here. Storm Chaser Zim says, enough haters on his channel. I wouldn't read the comments either. Yeah, that's true. But actually, those... Tell him to call me. Hey, Steve. Oh, there's that one. I mean, you're in a different niche. Just doing your work and letting us see that, which is nice in and of itself. Plus, Cletus has a whole team. Yeah, but you know what, though? He's doing the work. He's down in there doing it. He's risking his ass and all that money he put in that helicopter to get it in and out of spaces that he probably shouldn't be with a helicopter, but he did it anyway. Like when he got that baby out. You got that baby out of there?
I don't see no little lady
That's
like that.
That was hard just to get that plane, that copter on the ground. You saw that video.
We just replaced the.
Now I saw it once already, but the first time when me and Jen watched it,
front structure.
I had already seen it. But when I saw it the first time, I was, hey, I had to get the tissue box out and crap, dry some. I was choking up on that one.
Got a new clutch about 60,000 miles ago when we did the front structure.
What are my thoughts about getting a hot shot haul?
At the same time.
It's like anything else. It's probably hard to make money in it because
it's a little rough.
everybody's cutting the rates down. But if you think you can make it, go for it.
But it's not bad.
Yes, Chris is a godsend, Gus. George Mitchell, I appreciate that.
I gave him the choice, and he's wanting to fix it up. So we're gonna paint the frame. I need to change both seats in it. This Legacy's getting a little old. It's like 5 years old.
And you can see,
It's like a
got 186 on there now. I'm like, go in there and tell Tim when he's reading comments, get over and talk to me. And he goes, boom. I lost like 30 people. I'm like, snap of the finger.
That engine had 1.2 on it.
Don't believe me, go somewhere else. Cletus and Maddie are a great team. I saw that. They worked really good together. And she clearly knows what she's doing, telling them, guiding them, getting that helicopter down.
I'll come in and turn some wrenches. Yeah, come on down here. Just leave the kids at home.
Bangkok Paul, you're 100% right. That's exactly what happened. That's why they ain't doing shit. Yes, some of us came back too. I appreciate that there, Dennis. But this video is more about ideas for my travel trailer idea and what we can do, and because he would know who to coordinate that with when the time comes for that, or when it is, or how to get that kind of stuff done, to get it crowdsourced. Colin McKay, there's never a perfect market. He writes, hey Steve, I've been in the industry for almost 12 years. My great uncle has an 89 Kenworth T600. Thinking about fixing it up and getting it on the road, but I'm worried about the current market. Current market sucks, ain't gonna lie. But there's never a good time either. But if you own the equipment outright, it's a lot easier that way. Just be ready for the maintenance headaches. New trucks have warranties, so you give it to the dealer. They'll hold on to it for 3 months and fix it while you make your payments. I don't know where you're getting the money to make the payments, but that's what they do. Or you can have an old truck with no payments, but you got to pay to repair it a little more often. That's the way it goes.
What truck do we have for the terminal hall? 313?
George Mitchell says, as far as I'm concerned, that fire chief should be fired. Tell him about the helicopter guy. No, I think he should be more than fired. He should be sitting in the Iron Bar Hotel,
Anyway, we've been in North Carolina for like last 3 4
flexing power he don't have.
It's, yeah, it's horrible over there. It's sick and actually see how the families and homes and lost everything they got. Like, I was pretty upset of losing my shop. I couldn't imagine losing everything. These people, literally, we come up on people with their whole house is gone. Son or daughter's missing, their dad's missing. We got into some pretty crazy stuff. Great response to this. Now they can shadow ban my channel, whatever they want to do, but the government's not helping them with it. They can say what they want, they're taking their time, trying to do it right, blah, 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 whatever.
Listen,
Without independence and the people that wanted to go there and help, and had their own equipment and stuff, they would be in huge trouble right now. There's so many people on there going through. Oh, I'm just going there and make money. And it wouldn't help unless they were making money. The guys there, I ain't got nothing for them.
This thing is very easy.
I don't know what it is about this truck. It's so that's all I want to paint. I want to paint like a gray truck.
Yeah.
Whatever this thing returns, it will keep it going.
yeah, now over his opinions, you talking about wearing, mentioning if his channel gets shadow banned or whatever because of what he said. I'm like, well, that's why I've been downloading old videos on Rumble. That way I have some kind of presence there should anything happen to my channel here. But yeah, he was just talking about people, families with no homes, and all of that. That's why I was thinking about this travel trailer idea. Because FEMA don't have any money to buy them crappy FEMA trailers, and I'm just trying to come up with a way to buy up old travel trailers that, are a little messed up but aren't completely screwed up, that are formerly loved trailers that, if you put a little bit of money in them, would actually be nice trailers, But man, that's a lot of units. And I'm just trying to come up with ways to maybe make that happen. A couple people gave some good suggestions, and that's not a bad way to go.
In there?
Read some comments here. Oh, yeah. Robbie Logan, we got ideas with trucks. Thinks I should get a needle nose KWP conventional for my next project. First of all, we got 4 trucks, 2 run, 1's on the road. You got to worry about what we got. That's why I bought Helene before we got anything else done, because Helene will start making money before the 4 does, or the 352. So that's the idea. Sam thinks I think a lot of politicians should be permanent residents of the Iron Bar hotels. Yeah. No doubt. He's offered it to me super cheap just because he's in his 90s. I'll own it outright, really only these tires. Oh, that's the guy wanting to fix up the 89 KW.
What is there now?
He's excited about it. Man, put it together, put it to work. There's ways to do it, man. I'm a retired forest firefighter, but I still have my knowledge and training. Also a retired caregiver for my late mother, George Mitchell. Yeah, he's a good heart. Of course, stubby bottles, baby. I knew you had good taste. Tim is always calm, so calm. I wish I could be more like that myself. Got to keep on trucking outlaw life. Yeah, he is. I seen him in tense spots. Street racing. Yeah, that got weird. But, like, that got bad. That got real bad. And I'm not known to back down, so Tim had to de-escalate it because I was ready to throw down. Sorry, I'm from Jersey. What do you want? They were really my cousin Vinnying me. It was like, well, you ain't from around here. I'm like, no, what gave you that first idea? What does that got to do with anything, though? You know? Some people were pissy because Tim whipped their ass with the car, and some people were wanting to fight over it. I'm like, all right, let's go. And some people were like, you know where you're standing? I'm like, yeah, I drive truck for a living. I'm fully aware I'm standing in Tennessee, and I can count. I see 5 people in front of me and 1 of me. But so far, I hear a lot of mouths. But yeah, Tim does stay calm in situations such as that. And a friend of ours de-escalated by escalating, and ultimately it de-escalated, and all worked out good.
That's how high it is right now,
What are you talking about?
Huh? Oh, Madville Motorsports. Okay, he had to help solve that in his own way. I didn't like it at the time. Anyone thought of converting some shipping containers for temporary shelter for disaster victims? I mean, it's an idea, but it's like I guarantee you could buy a travel trailer for a lot less than a Connex. And then you got to put interior in a Connex. And then you got to move the Connex with equipment rather than a pickup truck that can move a travel trailer.
Some do 105, 110. What do you guys do? Let's see in the comments.
Oh, now he's on the comments. Ashley said Tim hasn't got shit for sleep. He's too worried about helping people. Oh, I bet.
110.
Hey, somebody ought to be telling him, make sure he knows to call me. My phone, computer. He's reading comments, y'all. Tell him to get a hold of me. Jen's phone's on my thing. My phone's recording and my computer's still on my thing. And I'm on the Roku on this, which I can't type. It'll take me 1,000 years.
Yeah, Jason Burke, we ain't going to the new stuff. I've had enough of the new stuff. You can't make no money with it.
Told you. Colin McKay goes, I'm a big guy, but I wouldn't want to fight you, Steve. You got that dad strength. It's been a long while since I actually been in a legit fight, though.
Oh, it's been a long time for me too.
Thanks to you.
Oh, I'd hate to see you in a fight.
No, you want, you probably like it.
No, I wouldn't.
Well, not now.
I'd be all upset. Be like, my baby, make it hurt.
Oh, now you'll see me excel and win. You know.
Jace is drinking a bottle of cough syrup. It's Coors beer, brother. Yeah, well, Tim helps them folks as long as his body will allow him. He won't stop. No, you got to bear in mind, he was, I can't say it enough, when his shop burnt down, everybody helped him out a lot. And that's where he's like, this is worse than just a shop. But to Big Merch Sale, donate part of the proceeds to trailers. I got to get merch, George Wilson. We had a little issue where I didn't uncheck the tracking quality, so we sold shirts we didn't have that we just ordered because it took them a while to figure that out, that what had happened. These, I have plenty of these industrial work shirts. Got plenty of these, but it's all we got here at home right now. The Seymour shirts, they're being sold based on an order, but I gotta just get to the t-shirt place and go get them now. Oh, you're telling stories now there to keep on trucking Outlaw Life. They had no black eye.
go without us.
I don't think I've ever had a black eye. Now, think about it. All right, Carl, Benz, appreciate that. You got to fight for your right to party.
Thursday, got the truck in Florida. Came back. I slept 3 hours this morning. Got up and all the game. I'm gonna do it. The only way I'm gonna do it is I'll have to go there. While they're down, I'm gonna go back there.
I heard that. I know that feeling. All right, everybody. All right. Let me just see here. Should I quit my live and switch over and watch over there? I could be the conductor of that world famous train to the train station, or stay on here and yap about this for a while. Richard Brenner says the threat of arrest without arrest authority is a crime. That's my point.
Jeff's coming in. I don't know what time he's gonna get here. Tomorrow. Well, he's going up in the second round.
Harry Robinson Harris, Robbie Harris says, Steve, you're slacking on merch, but I came to see your girlfriend's new truck coming. We're trying.
We gotta take that first.
They are working.
We gotta take that first set of.
I don't know if it was from a fight. I just seen a video a couple of years ago.
That thing, we'll run it this trip.
No, I didn't. I never went on video with a black eye. No one gave me a black eye, and I never went on video with one. Must watch this stuff. See you over there, Steve. Dodgeman 388 says, we the people. Robbie Harris says, love you, Steve. Can I get another? Please. I'm slacking. This is only number 2. Oh, yeah. It discolored the eyelid a touch.
Well, we got the 589, 579, and the international. We're about to put up.
Christine Fortner says, we need merch with Helene and Orwell.
Yeah.
Actually, the two parked next to each other look pretty cool. I can't wait till the end of this week because Elaine's going to have a clutch in it and a step deck paint. It'll look like a freaking trailer.
Yeah.
Huh?
I said, yeah.
Yeah.
We're taking truck loads over. We got everybody sitting with any truck loads we're gonna take over. We're taking one over tomorrow, and then I'm hoping by Thursday or Friday to have enough generators to go over it. Just in Lansing County. I mean, I think we bought 100 over there. A lot of them can share a big generator. The little generator can run the little stuff, like your internet and stuff like phone, for Starlinks. But they need a big one to run the refrigerator, a washer and dryer, stuff like that. So they can have clothes. Blankets, heaters, you got the heaters and things over there?
There we go. See, that's where we're talking. Steve said, when are you going to do train videos again? I don't know. I enjoyed it. I just never really had the time in a while. Carl Bench says, Sheriff and Trooper said they will arrest if Feds stop any more supplies.
There we go.
And they need to. That assistant fire chief should be locked up right now. Anybody slowing supplies down needs to be locked up. And they need to set the example. You go down there and you start messing with that, FAFO. Fuck around, find out. And them cops, the constitutional sheriffs, the ones that actually honor their oath, need to make damn sure you slow up the supplies, you keep them locked up. That assistant fire chief should be in jail. Hey Steve, have a good name for the truck, the Godfather Express. We're keeping it the way it is.
I go by there and it can't be an import to the two.
Northwest Canadian says Colin McKay.
Comes around with a forklift with 250 gallons of fuel.
Love the flag. Oh. It says I'm Norwegian, Canadian, but I love the flag above the TV. Believe it or not, that's my sister bought that for me years ago. It's got the Second Amendment in the white stripes, but it's a white ball, so you don't see it through the stripes. But that's the distressed battle flag with the Second Amendment in it.
Oh, yeah.
Larry Ballard says, yeah, that's bullshit. Speaking of trains, RIP Hobo Shoestring. I'll miss that channel. Seen Bikes and Beards. Took a bunch of supplies there as well, but they had to take churches and fire departments to drop off foods. Yeah, they had trouble finding places to get that done, but yeah, they managed.
Sounds good. Too low?
Wow, you still on the live? Yeah, I'll probably get off here shortly. Didn't realize the sheriff was more power than the feds. Well, sometimes the sheriff doesn't want to ruffle feathers, but that's his job. If he's got to do it, he's got to do it. No, I did not watch BJ and the Bear growing up there, Robbie Harrison.
I did.
You did?
I did. That was a
I wanna-
great show.
I want to buy, like, because you can't find them on, like, YouTube or something. I want to buy the seasons, if you can buy them, right? Look like a kind of cool show.
It's 8.9 miles a gallon, that's her average. And a Peterbilt, 389, swear, no.
Great show.
Probably getting on about time to drop out of here because we got through what I want to talk about.
My guys, they work. Nimble pistons work. Speed of air technologies works. I ain't gonna say nimble pistons work because I know why you guys will try it. Claim to put up 2 sets when they're trying to make their own.
Yeah, Jimmy's World brought a bunch of supplies in his plane to Asheville Airport also. That was Isaiah Welch. Yeah, I seen that too. I didn't watch the whole video, but I seen he was talking about it and kind of scanned through it. But yeah, I seen it. Like I know of it. Alright guys, we're gonna drop out of here. He's been in and out of there many times. He knows the area, he knows the people, he knows how to get that done. So I'll get a hold of them. Obviously they know to get a hold of me about something now, so I need to figure out what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna reach out with some of them ideas, RV dealers and
I really don't have time or the energy to go do this road.
I'll figure out a way how to make something happen, and I'm glad you guys don't think I was crazy with my idea, but that's the idea. We'll look into it, we'll touch base on it. I think it's one of those things where it's not necessarily absolute immediacy right now, but it's something that needs to be addressed because it's going to be a problem. And if FEMA's going to be making them death trap trailers with the formaldehyde, it'd be much better to have nicer trailers that were previously loved, like actual travel trailers that did a lot of cool stuff. That way they're not going to be like such a bad deal for people dealing with it. So, Steve, I saw that from Firm Peak, a mountain biking channel. What are we talking about there, Isaiah Welch? It'll be brainstorming something to help. Dean Fortner says. Larry Ballard says, morning in the UK. Steve, keep them wheels rolling. Hi from UK. They need to stage the area away from the flooding to get these distributed correctly. I think it's been airports. They've been doing it at airports. That way the helicopters can get it in from the airports. That's what I've been seeing. And that's where that sheriff in Tennessee was screwing around with that whole armory thing where it's got to go through him. That way he gets the credit, or the county gets the credit for what people donate and send at an airport. But what the sheriff screwed up with is people are going to know about that and they're not going to want to deal with him no more, so they'll just send it somewhere else. And that region is going to have a vacuum of supplies. It's not going to have them anymore. That's what I think is going to happen. So we talked about it earlier in the live. When I'm done, go back. I played you videos from other YouTubers talking about these problems that came up. and I wanted to address that. So that's my idea with the trailers, how to crowdsource trailers, you know, cheaper, older travel trailers, or figure out places that might donate them, that we can start hauling them down, or from wherever, just figure it out. That's my thoughts, I'm trying to figure it out. We'll touch base on it in the future. Tomorrow's gonna be normal videos, Tuesday's gonna be normal videos. I might touch base on it here or there, but I think it's gonna be normal videos. I'm gonna switch over here, watch this, and I'll be in the comment section on Gentry. So if you guys are with me, now and I sign off, go ahead and jump on Tim's thing there, and I'll see you over there.
Someone needs to get him to stop. He looks like he's going to pass out. Son, it'd take a lot more than this to get me passed out.
Don't discourage him, man. Leave him alone. Let him work. He's doing his thing. All right, everybody. Thanks.
I'll get a hold of Steve here in just a little bit, boys.
There you go. Yep. Thank you. Whoever that was, thank you. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching.
I have to get a new phone number.
Later.